All right.
Are we starting over from the beginning?
Third.
We talking about your onesie?
Wow, we had a lot of good
There was
material
I
so
don't
there.
understand where we started from at this point.
No, we was talking about.
We
church.
sound so sad right now. You have to explain to people.
Yeah,
why
we was having a
sound
great conversation.
Like somebody
I don't know
came
what
and
happened.
popped our balloon. They were like, "Actually, it's not your birthday, Pop." And then it's sad. It's sad in here.
Did y'all have confessional?
We did, yeah.
We just gonna pick up where we left off, or we gonna introduce the show?
I don't know.
We got
That sounds so.
We don't know where we.
That sounds so uncomfortable.
it
though.
is.
Like a confessional.
Yeah. But that keeps you from doing bad shit because that means
Do
you ain't
it?
got to go in there and tell them what you did. Yeah.
Snitching?
On yourself?
On yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do they confess to?
I don't know. The lawyers when they get moved around from molesting little boys.
Hey.
I don't know.
Is it all the same? Like y'all baptism and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't dunk us in a bathtub.
I was so fucking mad. I thought
I don't know. We just get like a little
fucking swimming.
They just pour some little bit of water on our head and then that's it.
I thought I
There's
was
no
swimming.
pool. There's no
Really?
nah. We quick, man. We efficient.
Damn.
We just do a little sprinkle, just hang you over a little basin of water and just say the little so and so and then
Yeah, that's crazy.
next baby.
And then I didn't.
Babies though. Y'all do it as babies though, right?
And one of the biggest churches on the West is a Catholic church.
St. James.
That's
Yeah.
right next to Mario's, right?
Yo.
Yeah.
That's my church.
Really?
It's supposed to be like a
That's
black
crazy.
church.
I
That's how
never
it
paid
started.
attention to it until I started paying attention to it.
It was
Black
supposed to be
Catholic
like a
church?
black, yeah, it was like the biggest or like the only black Catholic church they had in the city.
Niggas ran out of money. That motherfucker been built for like.
Because it
10
used to be
years.
on 8th Street.
Really?
Yeah. We just-
Crazy.
It used to be on 8th Street. It was a smaller
No,
church.
not you talking about the church on the corner. I'm talking
There's
about the
one
big
closer
church
to,
right next to
Mario's.
Mario's. It's gated.
Which Mario's? Because there's two Mario's. Old
The
Mario.
old Mario's.
There's 2 Marios?
The one that's on MLK,
They
right?
remodeled. They
Yeah.
moved.
Are the
it.
stories
They
the
moved
same?
it. They moved it to CVS.
Yeah.
That Mario's took over CVS.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put.
This is the same. It's the same. Yeah, that church right next to Mario's is St. James, but it moved from 8th Street. It used to be on 8th Street.
The
And
Crustables
it's
went
a
from a
black-
box to a countertop.
I wonder did the Roaches stay or they like, fuck, we going to?
Ooh-wee.
Mario's is executing there. I went to the market. It's
It's cool. It ain't bad.
Yeah, that shit went
I
up
said,
in
wow,
price
they
on
got
that fake ass
groceries.
fish.
It
Wow.
ain't bad in there.
That line still
But
be
name
long.
like
for the
name
fish.
brand or like value.
Oh, I don't know. We just
buy the
walked around in
groceries.
there. We were like, this is cute because we hadn't been since they moved. So I was like, wow, okay. But that line was still long for the fish.
Did the roaches
For that sway.
They was still.
I just want to know, did the Roaches stay or they like, fuck it, it's just, we just right across the parking lot.
Tater
but we
chips
just
don't
stay
got
here.
no name. They all say value on them.
I didn't look at I didn't look at the chips. They might have had some regular chips in there.
They don't got no-
See, that's why we can't have
they don't
that.
got
See
no
how y'all
flavor on the
talk.
bag.
See how
You
y'all
gotta
talk about
guess.
it. See how
Like,
y'all
you
talk
want the
about
brown-
it.
You want the brown bag? You want the green bag? I'm
See
assuming
how y'all
green is
talk
sour
about
cream and onion.
You gotta guess.
But we don't know.
You gotta
Yeah.
guess the flavor.
See how you talk
Green
bad
usually
about.
means sour cream and onion, but we know what I mean. Talk about that chip bag like how you talking about Kool-Aid flavors. What you want, purple? You want red?
You got to go in there and look now.
Oh man.
That's gonna be your next assignment.
I've been in there once. I've been in
You
there
gotta
once.
go in there and look. They probably got some Flaming Hots up in there, Cheetos, and some Takis, cause that's what y'all like.
I've been in
Little
there
hood
once.
kids
and
like hot chips.
It fucked me up because I was trying to break 100, so I bought I just bought like a bottle of soda. Mm-hmm. And so
Did it just say soda?
no, it was a name brand soda. It was like a Cactus Cooler or some
Like
shit.
a Fago or some
It
shit.
was, so I gave it 100, and first of all, the lady was mad. Like, why'd you give me this?
Yes.
I'm just trying to break it. I'm sorry.
They don't like getting hundreds.
No, but this is the part that fucked me up. Whatever my change was, the total must not have popped up on the motherfucking screen.
You had to figure it out.
She had to pick up her phone and
Worst
put it
shit
in the
ever.
calculator.
Yeah.
And so the motherfucking total, like, what's going on with y'all? Y'all register. The register don't show you how much change I'm due. You have to figure this shit out on your phone.
Bruh.
I was like, oh, what kind of registers do y'all got in this motherfucker?
You know, we in the No Child Left Behind era too.
That
She
is
was
crazy.
probably
I ain't never
struggling
seen
to
that
figure
before
shit
though.
out.
Like, nigga, when you put how much the total is and you put how much they gave you, the total that they do is show up on the screen. Like, y'all registers don't do that?
Maybe he was broke that day.
That was crazy.
Busting the
Sometimes the
calculator out
PC,
is
the
I had to pick her
PCS
phone up.
system go
I
down,
was
man.
pissed off. Like, minus 100.
They got a drive-through window
They
for the
do got a
lunch
drive through.
meat.
They got a drive through for that goddamn.
No,
fake
they don't.
fish. Yeah, they do.
Shut the fuck up.
Because there used to be a CVS
Because we're
pharmacy.
joking right now. Are we
They
being
were-
serious? That they have
No,
a
they
drive-through for the
gotta
meat?
have a drive-through.
A drive-through.
Because there
for the
used to
meat
be a
is fucking
CVS,
insane.
so
Yeah.
you would drive through to
Yeah.
get your prescriptions from the
Now
pharmacy.
it's lunch
So now
meat.
they got the same
Yup.
window for the catfish.
Sway fish.
Give me
That's
10,
cheaper.
10 pounds.
You
of
just gotta
fish.
eat it right away.
You really do.
Yeah.
That's
The
for most
flavor's
things.
there. The flavor is there.
Yeah, see, this is why. See,
For the
this is why we
10th time, ladies and gentlemen, special guest, Shanna Christmas. Damn, I gotta do all this shit over again, huh?
You gotta
Views from
do
the
it.
7. Peace, y'all. This is Views from the 7 podcast. This is like our 6th time doing this. February 8th, Views 7th anniversary.
Yeah.
Let me get it out one more time. 7th anniversary. Shout out to K-Fly. Shout out to D-Money. Shout out to the City Boys. They moving. Get them. Wait till the last minute this time. I ain't got nothing for you. Wifey,
Yeah.
SO,
Yes, sir.
Big Ivan.
What's good?
You call yourself like Big Daddy? Like Big Mama's a thing now, so you be like, Big Daddy.
What?
Poppy Grande.
Poppy. Ooh.
Poppy Grande. Oh, I love that. Poppy Grande. Wow. I really like that.
Thank you.
Capital P.
Ooh, Grande.
Can I tell you something that I've noticed since you got here, and I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I just gotta say it, or it would be me.
What?
You have some of the biggest hands I've ever seen on a woman.
I'm a 6'3" woman, sir.
I bet your hand jobs go insane.
They do.
Oh my God.
If the man isn't sad that my hand wraps around twice, then
I heard something. I heard someone on the radio that was a guy. He had ghosted a girl because her hands were too big.
yeah, y'all
around
be
his-
insecure about that shit.
around
So
his penis.
the hand jobs do be good if you
I'm
ain't
not a hand
sad.
job person, but I bet that motherfucker.
Oh, you would be.
Oh
you
my
would be a
God, I
hand
bet
job
that
person.
motherfucker go
Oh, I would
insane.
convert you to hand jobs. You would love that.
My God.
You would only prefer a hand job from me.
That motherfucker.
The size matter when it come to you? Like, you know, you hear all these not like that. Not like
All right,
that.
we're gonna get right into anatomy, people.
No, I'm saying like, you know how women, like women, well, oftentimes, because, you know, I'm 5'10".
Okay.
So,
In shoes.
I'm 5'10". you
I'm
know?
5'10" in
I'm
shoes.
5'10".
And some
I go
ones.
get checkup. You feel me? Hey, until the doctor say different, I'm 5'10". But, you know, women, you hear women speak and they always talking about like, you know, height and
They
they
want
like
a
they
big
man
dog.
tall and shit and all that. Does the rule still apply? Because you,
I would say that shorter men have bigger wieners.
Jesus Christ.
The tall, skinny ones have big ones. Yeah, you're blocking your blessing if you're just looking for a tall dude, because sometimes they don't have what you think they have.
They don't got the equipment.
They sure don't. You saw Superhead was like, Shaq has a small one. Oops, you thought his size 22 shoe meant something. You don't. I had dated this baseball player. He was 6'5". His penis was like a pencil. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. So,
Jesus.
Was he
short
Dominican?
kings. No, he was black.
When do y'all take the time to really like look at it?
I mean, I fuck in the dark, so like it'd be a surprise. You gotta fumble around in the dark to find me.
You turn the lights all the way off?
I'll be pitch black.
Yeah, so I'm saying like
Come and find me.
when do y'all is it like a feeling thing? Like when do y'all
I don't know. It's been
when we take
too
our clothes
long.
off and y'all be like
Well,
okay,
do y'all
it's
take your
big or
clothes off,
small?
or y'all keep your socks and shoes and shit on?
Keep
You keep your
socks
shirt on.
Depends on where I'm
you
at.
keep your shirt on too.
Depends on where I'm
You
at.
ain't getting butt ass naked. I know that. Y'all lift your shirt up and tuck it under
It
your
depends
chin.
on the safetyness.
You need to be safe. Wow.
Like if I don't know if I don't know her,
If you gotta hurry up and get by
Keep
there.
my socks on.
keep your socks on.
socks on, yeah.
Keep your socks on.
Y'all
keep
be
your,
in there like Winnie the Pooh. You don't take your shirt off, so we can't see nothing but your balls hanging from the bottom.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Then
we
that
don't.
mean we ain't
we
safe.
don't.
We don't feel safe at
We
all.
don't get to see. So whatever. We
Or
just-
y'all got kids in the other room.
I don't have children. That's
No
you,
kid
You
click.
heard my jokes. Nope.
You don't want no kid?
No, man.
I ain't mad at it.
What for? What?
I ain't mad. Listen, I ain't
What
mad
is the
at you.
purpose?
Keep you poor.
Well, I had kids so I can have them run around and do chores. Slaves? What are you talking about? Hire a person to come clean your house.
Amen.
That's what the kids
You can
for.
turn your phone into a remote. You ain't even gotta have somebody grab it to you. Just get the Roku app on the phone. And if it's too lazy,
That's real shit.
you don't need to have a whole human being to take care of to do that.
What helped you make that decision? Like, do you have siblings or?
Oh, I just
are you
never
the
liked
oldest
them.
or- Oh, okay.
I'm the
Never
big.
like kids.
I just didn't. I just don't like them.
Ooh, I felt my spirit animal. Boy.
Even as a kid, I'll be sitting around like, oh, I can't stand y'all. Like, I just never enjoyed children.
I feel it. I was like that too until I took the condom off.
No, you can.
Then he wants
You
to
should get
risk it
a.
all.
You should get a vasectomy and still take the condom off, sir. There's stuff you can do.
January 6th.
No, I'm talking about earlier.
January
Early.
6th?
Mark-
You get an appointment? You got the appointment?
No, I'm going to talk to my primary and say, hey.
Get that snip snap.
Yeah,
time,
it's
huh?
time. Yeah, I
So
know
you're
we're here to talk
talking
about
about
other
storming the
things,
Capitol,
but
January 6th.
put
I'm
this on the
so
agenda,
proud of
too.
you,
Absolutely.
Papi Grande.
Papi
Oh,
Grande, yes indeed.
that's gonna be going off
Just
when
straight,
you shooting them blanks.
straight grinding, after that. It's just straight grinding. No more Papi after
I'm
that.
so excited for you. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. That's so fun.
Yes, indeed.
Pulling out keeps me harder longer.
No, no,
What?
no.
Keeps me harder longer. Like
You're a liar.
if I'm nutting inside, oh, I'm softy immediately. This is over.
It should be over when you nut. What are you talking about? Finish.
No, I can go like
We don't need you to do all that. Hurry up.
if it presented itself, I could probably go a session and a half
No,
before it just
no.
nothing inside, like no
No.
pulling out. Oh man, this is
No.
you got to get yours now.
I, think I agree with that.
No, get out.
If I stay in there,
Give me some head. I'm gonna come that way, and then do your thing and get out. I'm not. No.
I'm
Nope.
for that too.
No,
Like take
hurry
all
up.
the pressure off of me.
Yeah, good. Get it right the first time. Get your mouth right. Do the thing, and
the
hurry up.
thing.
I'm not trying to have. Oh, I'm gonna pull out and start it. Nigga, hurry up now.
Some chicks like to be stabbed. I'm just
Not
let me go ahead
stab,
and
but just
get you
hurry
out the
up.
way.
Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna prolong it. I was almost there, but I'm gonna pull it. No, get there.
How long is good for you?
I don't even know. Hurry up.
Yeah, hey, shit.
I'm hungry.
My spirit animal.
That shit is cute for a little
So
bit.
spirit animal.
You
life.
weird. You
done
don't.
found your soulmate.
You ain't the one taking the
Hurry
beating.
up. Say less.
You ain't the one taking the beating, so you don't know. Some of that you gotta hurry up.
So I was told
Just-
you was a bit of a recluse.
Me?
Not a recluse, but you was a bit reserved in high school.
Oh
How
yeah.
was the
I
this
was.
transition?
I would say that when you are 6'3" at 14,
Shit.
yeah, in the 90s, people weren't nice to me, so it wasn't like.
you be
have to
getting
be
called all
fast,
type of
quick
job
on your
morants.
feet.
I was called Ichabod Crane and olive oil. And,
Hey, Lisa Leslie.
yeah.
Hey, Lisa
All the
Leslie.
shit. I was all the shit. So it was like
Ichabod Crane
I
is
was.
fucking insane.
Yeah, somebody.
I tried not to come back to it. Ichabod Crane
It's
is
funny.
fucking insane.
It's very niche.
I'm sorry.
You had to read books and shit. Look. See how
sorry.
Sean just said he's sorry because he started that shit. He was a
I'm
part of
sorry.
it. He was part of the pile on.
I might have been.
Yeah, you turned a nigga into a school shooter with that one. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
real
so it wasn't like I was reserved. It was just like people were mean to me, so it made it harder to be myself. I mean, there
okay.
were times where I was myself. I was class clown. I was still very funny, but like I would have beef with people because I look different. But then if we have beef, you're saying I look like Ichabod Crane, and I'm saying your dad left you because
Jesus
you know, like, your dad abandoned you because he didn't want to be around. Like I would do. I would.
Oh, you going for the gusto.
Yeah.
Going for the jugular.
I know what you're gonna say about me because this is surface
Yeah.
level shit. I'm gonna talk about your family,
Yup.
and I'd be mostly accurate. So
That's fucked up.
don't start. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So I was reserved in a way where like I didn't have any self esteem. I mean
Jesus.
I was good at sports, which helped.
Calling a nigga with no self-esteem.
That's what I'm saying, but that's where it came from too. I didn't look like everybody else. I was the tallest girl in the entire fucking school. My whole life, by the way. Like I was the tallest kid in school.
Boy
Almost.
too, right?
Huh?
You was the tallest boy too. I mean, not.
I
like,
was
you
taller than the boys
Tallest
too.
boy.
Well, no, not like that. I'm saying
Crazy.
because you say 6'3"
At 14.
that's ninth grade.
But even elementary school, I was the tallest kid in school until there was a kid named Modesto.
I remember that.
Modesto was the tallest
Okay.
boy. He had me beat. And then I was, the tallest girl in middle school. And then between 8th and 9th grade, I got to 9th grade and I grew over the summer. And I was the tallest girl in school.
Parents tall?
Yeah, 5'11" and 6'4".
Oh yeah.
So like I started, and I was like 100 pounds. Like no one's hanging out with that. Like
Yeah.
you're skinny and tall. Like you're weird. Like ladies shouldn't be that tall either. Like
Yeah.
in the 90s, that wasn't a thing. Society was like, you're never gonna find a man because men have to be taller than you. And I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm popped. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So like, it wasn't easy to be like cool. I mean, I'm very fucking cool now, but that time too, like in the 90s, people were not.
Does it today? Does it help or hurt? Do you feel? Is there a medium, or does it help or hurt you
I
today?
think sometimes it's a little just like you
now
have
you're
to be
black and tall.
prepared. You have to be prepared to get stared at and get the questions every day.
Do you
So,
play basketball? All
every
that
day,
shit.
somebody's gonna ask you that, or point at you, or ask you to get some shit off the shelf, or like the kids are looking at you and fucking kids. They're so damn rude, you know. Like you have to be prepared for that. So that's the only part that's like annoying. But it's just, what are you gonna do? You can't be inconspicuous.
What about in your profession?
What do you mean in comedy?
Yeah. Because I was like, God damn, she tall as shit.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because a lot of the gatekeepers are men who are small. And so you can't be like hella aggressive asking for spots, because they're like, you got to get away from me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'd love to do your show. You're like, can you step back and ask for that? You are making me feel weird. Right? Some 5'9"
sorry.
gatekeepers like,
I can't get
I
that.
run the best show in town. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do it. They're like, oh, okay. You got to get away from me.
I can't get that.
Send it an
Ichabod
email,
Crane
you
shot
big
my
bitch.
head.
Send me a text. Don't ask me in front of everybody, because now I feel weird.
I
Yeah.
ain't never had no bad tall pussy. Like all tall pussy be good.
Skinny, slim women have the camel toe within them.
Ooh.
That's what he said.
Bars.
That's what Big Boy said.
I don't think I've ever had tall.
You never had no tall pussy?
What's tall to y'all though? Because I'm above average.
6
Yeah,
foot
that's
and up.
Guinness Book of Records type shit. I don't even think I. Nah, probably had one that was like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 foot and up.
That's tall then.
See? You,
No, it was,
you
it
hear
was
that
like,
shit
it's
he just
It's
said?
head only. I ain't-
Did she pick you up?
Shut up.
It was head only. It was
Why the
head only.
fuck?
Guys up.
Why
Why
the
would she
fuck?
pick you
Yeah. That's what I'm. See? That's the part where like, why do you think that I would do that?
So what was your?
They asked
But why would I pick you up?
for fun.
Why would
Why
I be
was it
strong
fun?
Nah,
Who was that fun
that's a
for?
little- Nah, you know you can't pick me up, bitch. Put me down.
Why would I want
Who
to?
you think you are, She-Ra?
I would never want to pick up a man. I want to lay there and be a princess. What the fuck are you talking about right now?
What if he's like fun size?
No, he's not fun. No. If he's fun size, he's very, very strong.
Oh.
He's very compact,
Compact is a
And
good word.
So you had to. So,
solid, he's dense. He's very dense.
so your. Y'all niggas is ignorant. So your introduction was before. Was social media here when you started? Like,
I
is
started
it?
11 years ago, so
It was here, but it wasn't this.
not really. I remember when Instagram first started, and it was just pictures.
Yeah. So how did you like? How was your? Normally people start on the internet. How did you start?
Oh, the good classic way of just showing up to places and doing it on stage. And they book you because you
Where
were
the
funny.
hell would you show up at in Vegas?
Well, what was I doing? They had a lot of mics out here. There was this mic called Money Plays. There used to be that spot.
remember Money
Money Plays. It was like an open mic where they have musical people and poets and comics. There used to be a spot out here called Boomers. That was on Sunday nights. There was some shows like on the Strip when I started. Not as many, but yeah, you would just show up and be funny, and somebody had like a showcase, they would book you on it. There was this dude named Jack Slammy who's a Trump supporter now. He moved to Florida. He sucks. But he used to have a lot of shows out here too. Back in the day at like bars and shit.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, you would just do the mics, and hopefully somebody at the mic had a show, and they were like, "You're funny, come do my show," and that's how you used
So
to
you
do it.
walked in, and then what does that journey look like?
After everybody goes, holy shit, you're so tall. After a lot of times too, people don't think women are funny, so you're working against a lot of
That's a fact.
stuff.
Yeah.
People look at you and go, she's a woman and she's not going to be funny. Because even when I did a mic at Boomers, and there was a comedian who was getting ready to walk out, and he stopped and then came back in when I was on stage, and
You
he
know
told
this
me
shit
af-
like that.
and he told me, I don't think women are funny, but you made me pay attention. And I was like, you shouldn't say women aren't funny,
Right.
by the way. But
Yeah.
yeah, motherfucker, I am funny. So it's a lot of extra work we have to do because there's a bias from the audience. They assume she's going to be talking about her period. And you're like, y'all talk about dick every day. We know so much about your dick and balls. But when I say I have a vagina, you're like, oh, that's all she talks about. Her puss. Yeah, you want some? You want to get in there? Learn some shit. You don't pee out of the same hole that you put the tampon in. Everybody.
It's women that don't know that though.
But that's my point.
I was gonna
So
say,
what I'm
it's
saying is,
Women that don't
you
know
can't get mad for me talking about my body parts when I got to hear about your body parts all the time.
I didn't know that.
See? Thank you.
What?
It's women that don't know that genuinely don't know that.
Where do you
Right.
think the pee comes from?
People think you have to pull a
Oh.
tampon out to go pee. And I was like, you know how loud your pee would be if it came out of that big ass
Right.
hole?
Motherfucker sound like a water hole.
So y'all got like a water softener too?
A water softener is insane.
But see, if I go up in there and talk about my coochie, y'all be like, women only talk about their vaginas. It's like, yeah, because y'all don't know shit about them.
Not an eater.
Anyways, yes, you're. Do you?
I,
Yes.
Do you, Poppy Grande? After she picks you up, do you do her a favor?
You don't pick me up. You put me down. You put me down right now.
After she picks you up, do you give her a little favor afterwards?
If I ever
A
dealt
thank
with a woman who
you.
could pick me
As-
up,
as a
I wouldn't
thank
know
you.
what to fucking do with that. Like, you strong, bitch.
She's strong.
Like, how did you pick this up?
so is that scene big?
What?
Specifically out here
The comedy scene
from
wasn't.
women.
No, when I started, there were like 4. And then sometimes the women will like find a person to date and just quit comedy, or they quit because they get hit on or harassed or bullied out of it. So there might be, I don't know how many women are here now because I don't come here a lot. I've been bouncing around since 2015 because the scene here doesn't give me what I need. So
Mostly LA.
LA doesn't give what I need either. LA kind of sucks. LA is a place for people who want to act and write, but they use comedy as a vessel to get those jobs, to get seen. But they're not about putting you up and being funny.
So
no.
where would you? I mean,
New York. But I've been in a lot of places. Like Oakland has a good scene. The Bay Area's got really. Denver has a really good scene where it's like they actually care about being funny.
yeah.
New York does.
Poor people in Denver.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of people in this city. It's a very transient city too. So you'll get a lot of riffraff from scenes in other places. They got kicked out for being horrible,
yeah.
and they come here and become new people, but they're not. They still suck. But Vegas just kind of accepts everybody.
So you say it's 2015, so
I started in 2013, but I stayed here for about 2 years, and I was like, I've maxed out on all of my local shit. I can't get into the clubs because they want bigger name people. So you got to go and get your name bigger somehow, and you can't do it here.
so how do you know? What is that? How did you feel like you were getting maxed out? You were maxed out here.
Well, you do all the things. You do every show that they have, and then there's no more shows to do. You go to Pahrump, you go to Boulder City, you do all the surrounding areas.
What about the Kimmel clubs and the Brad Garrett?
Well, Kimmel's a newer club, so that came after I'd already decided I didn't want to be here anymore. And I heard that Kimmel won't even let you come hang out at the club. You got to pay to hang out as a comic. So I'm like, I'm not paying to come see my friends. So I've never stepped foot in that place.
We know some people.
Huh?
We know some people.
I mean, I don't care.
Oh,
I mean, I'm about to leave. It's okay.
What about like Brad Garrett?
Brad Garrett, I don't know what the policy is, and that's my issue too. Like, I'm very much like, if there is a way to get into something, tell me what that is, and then
Yeah.
I do it.
okay.
Sometimes it's word of mouth. Like the Comedy Cellar, you have to be referred by 2 people that are passed at the club.
Really?
There's no sending a tape blindly. Like you gotta, and then you have to audition in front of the booker, either in here or New York. You just don't get. But that's what the method is, the process for that club.
Wouldn't that be considered like a mic too, though?
No, it's a live audition in front of the Comedy Cellar audience who knows what that looks like. You know what I mean? Like that audience is like,
Oh, I always thought that was like a.
no. They don't even have open mics at the Comedy Cellar. None of these clubs have open mics. Except for Wise Guys.
So
I
what are the
think.
ones where because they were like where comedians just come in there and they just do like 2-3 hours just like shooting shit? You got to get to that point, or is that? I
No
thought
one
that
is
was like
letting
working
you
material.
do 2 or 3 hours unless you're Dave Chappelle. You are not showing up anywhere and talking to nobody for 2 hours if you are not an established comedian.
Okay. I thought that was just
No,
like,
an open mic is 3 to 5 minutes.
You can't do too much.
But if you're not funny,
That's a long time.
that's a long
Can
time.
you even? Okay, hold on. Can you even? Because if we see so much of it, can you even show that you funny in 3 to 5 minutes?
Yes, because you write jokes. My first mic was at Sapphire. They used to have a
Strip club?
yeah, in the showroom.
Tits and jokes.
They
and
used
stuff.
to have a open mic night on Thursdays, and it was 3 minutes. And that my very first mic was 3 minutes, and I remember halfway through the 3 minutes, people were laughing, and I was like, I'm supposed to be up here, but I only had about 3 minutes. Like, it takes you so long to develop consistently funny jokes, and it's 5 minutes at a time. It might be funny the first time you tell it because you're excited about the joke, so you have different energy behind it. But you might tell it again and it's not funny. Or you might tell it in Arkansas and it's not funny. You know what I mean? So you have to test it. So it takes you a longer time to develop an hour of material. It's a long time.
How long did it take you to develop your first like solid 5 minutes? Cause I know, cause it seems like that's the standard.
Solid 5, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Because then you have to see how many times you can get up in a week, right? Like if you read that Eckhart Tolle book about 10,000 hours of before you become like an expert or something like that.
Your ability.
5 minutes. Do you know how long it takes you to get to 10,000 hours if you're doing 5-minute chunks at a time? Maybe twice a week. You know what I mean?
Long ass time.
So usually they say around year 10 is when you start to like get your voice and like be confident and know what you're doing with comedy. It takes you a long
So
time.
now you two are,
I'm 11.
when you talking about comedic, you talking about half of the population is they're not going to make it in 10 years.
I mean, even the big names, there's a small amount of people that make it in comedy. There's a lot of comedians nobody knows. They're on the road, they're doing B-level, C-level clubs, and they live like that. They're on cruises, they're doing corporate.
All
But-
the time during the morning show.
Yeah, you're not like, we're not all going to be Seinfeld. There's not enough, we're not all going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's people's goals, but it's like, if you're looking at the demographic, it's mostly male. Comedy is mostly male, mostly white male.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes,
So
white
white
lesbian, white lesbian, by the way, which was a novelty back then.
True.
So, and then when you're a black woman,
Yeah.
the pool is even smaller because they make us compete against each other. It's not like they let more than one black woman be famous at the same time in comedy. It's like Wanda Sykes, Tiffany Haddish, but never at the same time.
When were they ever?
Wanda Sykes used to run. Are you serious?
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda, yeah,
Wanda
she
Sykes,
was, like,
yeah.
Bro,
early
what are you
2000s
talking
for
about?
sure.
When you talk about like big time,
People know who Wanda Sykes is. So when I say Wanda Sykes, it's not like who's that?
yeah, I know. I'm saying
But
I
that's
never.
what I'm saying. The level of being known off the name.
Okay,
that's,
I get you.
If my mom knows who Tiffany Haddish is, she's made it. You know what I
Even though
mean?
she's not
Because
funny.
there's but they only allow one black woman at a time to run through the gamut.
I don't know if I agree. Well, maybe I don't know about now, especially when you talk about mainstream comedy. But I feel like, especially when like BET Comic View was a thing. I feel
Yes,
like there
but
was a
BET Comic
multitude
View is
of-
only known amongst black people.
Mm-hmm.
You can name a lot of people who were on BET, and you couldn't. Somebody's white grandma in Tennessee wouldn't know who that was, but she knows who Tiffany Haddish is.
Yeah,
So
but
you
she's
talking
a-
about
she's a-
crossover
she's a
appeal.
caricature.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's like making it big into the level where people know who Kevin Hart is and Dave Chappelle. Those
Yeah.
people, those names are known everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no black women whose names are known everywhere like that, except for
Probably Tiffany Haddish.
See what I'm
and Wanda
saying?
Sykes.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg, who wasn't even a stand-up. She had her solo show. She was famous at a certain point for being a comedic person, but there was that section of time, and then you gotta wait. you get
Damn, I'm
Wanda
really
Sykes,
trying to
then you gotta
think.
wait, and then you're like,
It's never two at a time.
there's never two at a
That's
time.
crazy.
When you talk about mainstream, I always thought it was Ellen and like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I do.
But that's
get
what I'm saying.
household
If you
names,
look
like their
at,
household
but
names.
even if you look at Ellen, okay,
But from a comedy perspective, for me it'd be some more than everybody else.
right for you.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We know who those people are
Yeah.
because
We're
we
not
are
gonna-
those people.
We're not gonna play with Adele Givens' name like that.
Oh, some more, man.
Oh,
Come
Adele
on, man. Stop
Givens
playing.
needs
Nah,
to
we're
be
not
moved.
playing with Adele Givens like that.
Stop playing.
And
not
that's the
doing
thing
that.
too.
Yeah.
Like they had the Kings of Comedy, they had the Queens of Comedy. Everybody knows Steve Harvey.
Monique.
Steve Harvey
Monique.
is
Monique.
Steve Harvey is,
We have Monique.
Monique is Luther
but
Vandross.
But two
Monique,
at the same
but
time.
Talented, but no
Monique,
crossover appeal.
Monique and Wanda Sykes interacted like they intersected that time.
Wanda's bigger.
Way bigger.
Bigger name.
Is she?
And name, yeah,
But I
not
think
size.
that's
I
because
don't know about that.
and at this point, Monique was more known from her acting because she didn't have a lot of stand up. I only remember seeing her do Queens of Comedy.
She's Luther.
She kind of
What other
First of all,
what
I
other
thought
comedy stand ups does she have after she she did Queens of Comedy, and then she started acting. She won the Oscar.
She
Then
did the thing where she performed in like the prison, right?
Then she was a problem. After she won the Oscar, she was a problem for years and blacklisted.
Yeah.
Her Netflix special is only like a year out.
Yeah. So,
No, I'm not talking about that. She did one where she performed in like a prison or something like that.
but who's
Who watched that?
That's what I'm saying. Like you saw that. I didn't even know that happened.
Why y'all playing with Monique
I'm
right
not
now? I
saying-
don't like how y'all doing
I'm
these
not-
black people.
Poppy Grande, I'm not saying I'm not saying they're not known. I'm just saying they're only known to black
Yeah.
people. When you
black
when
famous.
when you burst out of the stratosphere. My mom knows who Cat Williams is. She don't watch BET
For comedy or other shit?
for comedy.
So how do you approach yours though? So me watching, I felt like you were up there like perfecting jokes you already had.
Yeah, I mean, I was running the jokes I always do. They were kind of out of order, but
So
I've
are
been doing
you-
those jokes for a long time.
Are you more like a joke perfectionist, improv, storyteller? Like what is it?
I don't do improv. Sometimes stuff happens and I respond to it, but it's not my plan when I go in there. My plan is to do the jokes that are,
Yeah.
and I get 10 minutes. I'm going to pick my 10 minutes set, and then I'm going to get off the stage. So sometimes improv happens, but I don't go in there like, what do you do for work? I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck what you do for work. You came here to see me. Not finna waste my time talking to you.
Yeah.
I only got 10 minutes.
Who's the most famous person in comedy you've met so far doing this?
Chappelle.
Okay. How was
Skinny
that?
Chappelle or like buff one?
He might have been after he was buff for a little bit and he was starting to get, you know, when you stop taking the drugs, you start getting
TRT
soft.
Chappelle, baby.
Yeah, because there was a whole era like Chappelle got buff, Dr. Dre was buff for no
Yup,
reason,
Busta
Busta Rhymes was buff,
Yup.
Timbaland was buff.
Everybody was working out.
Yeah,
Now these niggas
but
just big.
now they big and kind of soft. So I think it was like I met Dave after he stopped doing the weightlifting, but he was still kind of big, but not as solid.
How was it? How was it meeting them?
It was the Hollywood Improv had their Christmas party, and he showed up and told jokes, and then he shut down the whole room, and then he wanted to do karaoke, and then they kicked us out at like 2:00, and then we went to this dive bar down the street, and then we stayed in there until I don't know 4 or something like that.
They say never meet your idol. So how is that when you get in the room with people that you've watched do comedy while on your journey?
I don't know, because I met him. It was weird. We were standing next to each other at this party, and we're watching this TV, and they were playing this music video of like, it was like porno movies with like animated.
Oh, what's that shit called?
You've seen it?
Hentai.
Hentai.
No. It was like they put like a filter of like instead of like someone like fingering a lady, he was like getting coins out of a
I know what you're talking about.
like
Okay.
so like instead of like a blowjob, she was like licking a lollipop. They had like superimposed like cartoonish shit on top of actual 80s porn.
Oh, that's interesting.
I have to
I've
find the
seen
video.
that. I know what you're talking
But the
about,
video
though.
was playing, and I was standing next to Dave, and he was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, dude, I have no idea. And then we just stood there in silence watching it. Like, what is this? So that was how the conversation went. We stood next to each other and watched this weird ass cartoon porno thing, and then we laughed, and then that was all. That was so. And then I met him again at a festival I did in Houston. He dropped in and did like an hour in one of the shows, and they have this these comedians do this thing called Goddamn Comedy Jam, where they have a live band play songs, and then the comedians do karaoke to it. And then Dave Chappelle was like, play Killing Me Softly. And they were like, we don't know that.
Damn.
He got mad. They didn't know how to play Killing Me Softly. And then he left. So,
Do the
That was
comedy.
his
Do
breaking point.
yeah, he was like, oh, you play rock songs. You don't play hip hop. He really wanted them to play that song for some reason.
the comedy like so like if a Dave Chappelle shows up and like just because you know if Dave Chappelle shows up, somebody's getting bumped.
Yes.
Do the comics be pissed off at that?
Yeah, I would be. Well, the thing is that he shows up. You can go up after him, but he's going to be there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And at this point,
You can
it's
suck
1
the life
a.m.
out.
Yeah, you know, you held them hostage. People
TED
gotta
Talk.
pee. They're like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I came here on a Tuesday night
Yeah.
thinking I was gonna have a nice time, and now I got Dave Chappelle sitting there talking to me. So I think I would be mad. Because the thing is, too, is like, if Dave Chappelle sees you before he bumps the next comic, maybe that's cool. He got to see you tell jokes. But if he's not gonna hang out after he does 2 hours to watch YouTube, he's out of there.
Have
So-
you been?
What?
Once.
No. I don't think so. No. No. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. No. No. I did meet Martin Lawrence a couple months ago too. That was fun.
Oh, you said a couple months.
Yeah. Like right when Bad Boys Part 5 or whatever came out.
So he was like,
I met him. That was
he
fun.
like, you
Bad
ain't
Boys and the
Charles
Furious.
Barkley. You just look like him.
Bad Boys and the Furious, 16.
Yeah. I met him. Yeah, he was cool. But I think it's interesting when you meet other people because I went to JFL one year. I crashed it because apparently you can just show up. You don't have to be accepted.
JFL.
Just for Laughs. It's this festival in Montreal. It's like a big one where like they do like a new faces and it can kind of make your career. And I had just showed up because I lived in New York at the time. I just drove to Montreal and just went to all the parties and shit. And I met Wanda Sykes at a party. We were in the back in the green room. And Dave was there. Neil Brennan was there. Wanda Sykes was there. Like
you
it
was
was.
in some
I was in the
company.
back with Rel, Lil Rel. We were all in the back in the green room. I was just hanging the fuck out. So I've met people, but it's not like, oh my god, it's weird. It's because they're just people. You know what I mean? When you, I saw that person drunk. Wow.
How'd you like living in New York?
I love New York.
Really?
New York is I think I'm supposed to be over there.
You look like it stink.
It does.
It does.
And you know what? New Yorkers are fucking hilarious.
It's too fast. I would think it would. A lot of people say they move to Vegas and Vegas it like eat you alive, but like New York is so fast. They just like
No, but New
chew
York,
you out. You would have to
super
be
fast.
like,
it's rats the size of pumas. Like they'll,
Yeah.
they'll literally eat you
Yeah,
alive.
yeah. New York, I think people move to New York. You can't just be in New York for no reason. I wouldn't move there to move there. It's a horrible place to live. But if I can get on stage 4 times in one night, that sharpens my pen for what I want to do. And you can't do that anywhere. You can do 4 shows maybe in a week in Vegas if you're lucky. But some of those shows are monthly shows. So you ain't doing shit for the rest of the month. You ran through all your shows.
yeah.
I was in New York for 2 weeks. I had 22 shows.
Damn.
You can't do that nowhere. I had 4 shows in one night. 7, 8, 9, 10. I had all 4 shows. Had a great night.
You can go to tacos. You can go to Taco Tuesdays. That's Classic Jew every week.
And that's one time a week. One time on a Tuesday.
You can go every week.
Yes, but it's still once. You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
So with the 4 shows, were they at like different comedy venues or?
Yeah. They
Oh,
were
wow.
they were all within like on the same train. Like you could hop, you get off on 3rd Street, you go to this place, and you can walk to the next one at the Comedy Club. You hop on the train, go back to Brooklyn. It was right off the first stop on the Gram. Then you do the show there, and then you walk around the corner to the next show. They were all 4 different venues.
Are you like booked or are you just like open mic situation?
No,
You
no,
just
I
walked
was
in?
booked, sir. I don't,
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't-
when you say it's a good night, is this based upon like you getting on stage and the reception, or is it the work?
to me, it's the work because sometimes you do a joke and then you find something new or funny about it. You find a new tag while you're working it out, and you're like, "Ooh, I want to do it again," and you can the same day. You see what I'm saying? In
To test it
Vegas,
out.
in Vegas, you do a joke on Monday at Boomers or Sunday at Boomers, and it was great. And you're like, "Ooh, I want to go up again." And you have to find where you can do another fight. You know what I
Tuesday.
mean?
It's right there.
Sure.
Once a
What I'm saying that is,
After the Tamia Line dance.
and then also like if you have 4 shows in one night, maybe your first set doesn't go well. You get to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
At some
Yeah.
point, one of those is going to feel good, where you're like, it wasn't a wash. Because sometimes you eat a dick up there and like that's it.
How do you handle that?
Go back to that.
You eat a dick.
No.
How do you handle that?
Oh, I don't.
Like for real?
My first bomb, I was funny when I first started comedy. I didn't bomb until like 4 months in,
Oh wow.
and that was
Horrible. So, but what's bombing to you, right? Because bombing can mean so many things to different people, right? Bombing for me is if it's just complete
Complete
silence.
Silence,
well.
yeah.
See,
That is a killer.
well, that I think bombing complete silence if you're expecting people to laugh. Like that's a bomb to me.
Okay.
I'm getting used to laughs being in certain parts of my set, and if I don't hear the laugh, But sometimes if the laugh doesn't come, it's like, yeah, I know. That's on purpose. The laugh is coming. Some people laugh at parts where they shouldn't, which I'm always
Yeah.
like, why you laugh at that? You're weird. But sometimes it's, you're building it to make the laugh bigger later. So I think it just depends. But if you're used to hearing a laugh at certain points from doing the same set over and over again, and the laugh doesn't come, then it throws you off because now you're like, oh shit, I was waiting to sip my water on that one. And now I can't drink any water. And now my mouth is dry. And now I'm anxious. And now they hate me. And how many minutes? 3 minutes. Dear God, I want to get down. Like the bomb is the silence when you're expecting the laugh as opposed to, planned silence. Huh?
You ever been booed?
No, I've never been booed, but I've had people like try to fight me.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Mostly dudes.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell you say to
Why?
that?
I was at a show in New York, and sometimes men get really weird about women in like powerful positions. I'm already bigger than you. I'm on stage. I'm elevated. I got the microphone. I'm loud. I'm being funny. And somehow the attention's not on you, and now you want to jump and do. And like, sir,
I don't like this bitch.
don't do this.
I don't like
I
this.
even booed a comedian.
I mean, you walking up towards me while I'm on stage. It's like, what are you doing?
Don't bring up the past.
Don't do that.
I don't like this bitch, B.
Yeah.
Straight up,
So
son, I don't
sometimes
like
that happens where people like to talk too much and then you have to kind of get into it with them. But I've never been booed. I think most of my bombs have been like silence.
It was the worst. The
Yeah.
worst.
I would prefer if you booed because at least I'm like, oh, you didn't like that. As opposed to, did you understand
No,
what
you-
I'm saying?
You think you want to be booed until you actually booed.
No, because the
People
boo
don't-
the
people
boo
don't
is a
actually like to be
response.
booed.
The boo is a response though. Silence, you don't
Is
know what that
worse.
means.
Yeah.
It's like getting ghosted. You're like, did I do something?
I-
Now, if somebody say, I don't like the way you so and so, you're like, okay, great. At least I know something.
Right.
But if you don't say nothing, I'm like, are you thinking about the joke? And it's taking a while.
Is it the first or second? Is it the first or second joke though? Cause you could be like, okay, this joke didn't work, and then you try to hit him with another
Right.
one,
How do
and
you
it's
build back up
still
from that?
silence. That's where I start getting
Well,
my
that's
head.
the thing. It's if you bomb like that, it takes you so long to kind of regroup if you haven't had it happen
Yeah.
a lot, and that's where it comes from. Repetition is that I know how to recover because I have a joke that's gonna work.
Okay.
So if you just be up there doing crowd work or fucking around, it's like you don't know what it's like when the pressure's on and people didn't laugh at the thing that you. I know I'm gonna get them on this one. They go, actually, we don't like that. And you're like, damn.
So how'd you can bake cookies in your car? Boom, nigga, shut the fuck up. Yo, this,
Get the talking. It's crazy out here, man.
I got triggered. I got triggered. I apologize.
It's crazy out here, man.
I got triggered. I apologize.
Man, that weather something else, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what's your comeback line? What's
Y'all all
your,
right? Y'all doing? I tell you, all right?
Where the ladies at?
I don't. Yeah, I and that's the thing too is like sometimes bombs are good to teach you what to do when stuff like that happens. And so for me, it hadn't happened for a long time, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm due for a bomb. Sometimes you want one, so you're like, ah, yes, humble me. I was getting too close to the sun, Lord. Yes, I was
not
feeling
Icarus.
myself too much.
Okay,
hold
Icarus.
on. So a nice little bomb every once in a while, get that bomb out the way, and then now you know how to recover. But that takes years to build your confidence in your material and know you can pull something out that'll work if something else doesn't.
We bombed.
When y'all bomb,
We had to host we hosted like an open mic. Terrible.
Where at Mariposa? At Taco Tuesday.
Nowhere you can do line dances. but we was hosting this open mic for musicians. Terrible environment.
Oh,
So we go out there. We talking our shit. We not comedians, but we can be funny and shit. And some dude from the corner said, "Y'all not funny."
oh no. See, but at least he told you.
Yeah.
Fucked me up the whole night.
Oh, it sticks with you. The ride home, you be still thinking about that shit. The next day, you be like, that nigga really said I wasn't funny. I want to find him. It's the ego. You got to really be able to be resilient. Because I mean, I'll bomb and I'm like, I got to stay in the house for 3 days. I don't want anybody to see that.
Damn.
People who, I wish I had the level of like delusion that some of these unfunny comedians have. Because unfunny comedians can go on stage and eat a dick and be bombing and then just come and hang out. Don't hang out.
I'm so envious
Tory
of
Hart.
that.
Look,
You didn't.
Tory Hart.
You
for
didn't.
sure.
You didn't see what just happened. Don't come over here with that shit. I don't want to be associated with
On my
you.
TikTok, I rap too.
No.
This nigga.
That level of confidence to be like, oh, it wasn't that bad, bruh. What? I have shame for you. I don't like. No, if I'm bombing, I'm going home.
So, but it's a difference between like bombing and then being buoy. Like, you know,
What does that mean?
buoy.
What
like,
is buoy?
What to do it? The
like
comedian
a
get on stage, you know you gonna boom him.
But he didn't. The thing is, this guy, he didn't bomb where they booed him. He bombed with the silence.
No. Like you got comedians that are gonna bomb, and you got comedians just are like unfunny. And when I see him on when I see him on a paper or something, I'll be like, oh, that's buoy right there. Like we know he gonna get booed
Well, why?
because he stings.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
It's like the front barber when you walk
But he
in, like they
keeps
don't get
doing
no
it.
work.
That's what I'm saying. The level of delusion where you're like, I get booed every time I go on stage. I'm gonna keep getting on
No,
stage.
because people are
No.
enablers. People are enablers.
Because
They say,
anybody can do
"You wasn't
comedy.
that bad. You wasn't
Anybody
that
can do
bad.
comedy.
He's just a hater.
Somebody
No.
will get one laugh in a 5-minute set and be like, "Oh, that laugh is what I needed." No, dude, you needed to laugh the entire time, not the once in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you need 5 minutes.
But they take that one little nugget of a chuckle from the comedians in the back laughing at you bombing. By the way,
Yeah.
it wasn't the audience.
Laughing
We
at
were
you.
laughing at you bombing. You're like, "Oh, a laugh?
I'm envious.
I'm
of
gonna
that.
keep doing it." No, don't keep doing it.
I'm very envious of that.
I don't like it. If there was more shame in the world, my God.
No, I do wish more people would do like. In my opinion, I feel I wish more people did to Skitmans what they did to Ti.
Who is Skitmans?
Skitmans, the people
Instagram
that do the
people.
skits.
Oh,
Let's call them Skitmans.
and what did they do at Ti? Because he's still doing comedy.
Is he?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
He was here. They did the
No,
what was
he
that?
said he's retiring, I think.
They did that Kevin Hart shit at the Resort World this summer, and they did the revamp of Comic View. They filmed it here, and Ti was on it, or
He's supposed to. He's
How
I
did
see
he
him.
do?
I see him on Locks. I see him. With
I didn't
Locks now,
see it. I just
rapping
heard
his
that he
own
was
work.
here
I
doing
thought he
it.
was. I thought he was on his
thought he retired rapping.
Temptations review type shit.
oh, he retired.
I know he said he was done. He's done performing rap.
Oh, he's performing comedy now.
I don't know.
Oh, that's crazy.
Damn, is he funny?
No, but he's got the confidence of a rapper, so he can just
Keep going.
he
And the
just keeps
name,
going.
yeah.
And because he's Ti, he's gonna get.
People sit there, but no, I saw him at the Laugh Factory. They didn't. They were like, I saw him get booed in New York at the Barclays.
Who's worse, him or Charleston White?
I don't know who that is.
Really?
Sorry.
That's what's
See,
up. I ain't mad.
I don't be in the community like that.
Okay, so when you saw him get booed, how did he respond?
I remember he talked about being booed several times after that, so apparently it hurt him. It's on video. You can probably find it on
So
YouTube.
when that happens to you, what is a I bombed and then I just shit this show. Like, how do you know, or how do you deal with it?
I think at this point now, if I'm bombing, I just go, "You guys aren't my people," because some of my jokes
You did
don't.
that, yeah.
Some of my jokes don't hit with everybody, and that's okay. Comedy is subjective.
Yes.
I'm not universally funny to everybody about my things, and so
Do you go in the mode where you start roasting like people in the audience?
I try not to roast people. It depends. Sometimes you'll see somebody who has a face where you want to be like, "Get your foot off the damn stage." The fuck. Got your short shorts on with your balls hanging out.
I'm sorry. I could never be cool with a nigga that I couldn't sit next to a nigga that called me Ichabod Crane.
You have to be forgiving.
That shit just,
The thing about that too is that
so
you have to
fucked
you have to realize that kids are kids and they were mean, and
Oh my God.
back
that
then
is
you
not
used to
me.
fight. Back then you used to fight with fists, but I don't, like I said, I come back with it.
So when did you decide like this is something that I want to do?
I don't know. I've always been a funny person, but my mom was like, "You not finna be telling no damn jokes. What the hell wrong with you?" I was like, "Well, Mom, Jim Carrey made $10 million." She was like, "Jim Carrey's a white man." You're like, thanks. But I started doing comedy because everybody said you should do comedy, and I was like, I don't want to. It looks hard. You're up there by yourself. It's scary, and it is. But when I decided to do it, I was like, oh. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to do it. And ever since then,
How long did it take you to get your first laugh? Like you stepped on stage.
The first
that
time I did it, at
No,
Sapphire.
when you stepped on that stage the first time, what did he come with the first joke?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I was funny the whole time.
Damn.
The whole 3 minutes, I was funny.
When did you realize that, that it was going to take some work to transition from just being naturally funny to being an actual comedian?
That was after my first bomb.
Okay.
4 months in, I bombed, and I was like, oh, I can't just be up here talking shit. I got to, like, have some structure. And then I think I didn't do comedy for, like, 2 months. And then I was like, let me write a 5-minute set. Let me see what that looks like. Mm-hmm. And so I would write something and then be like, oh, this could be a funny thing to put on top of this subject. And then I did the mic, and then I was like, oh, right, that's how you do it. You have to write something and you have to, like, put stuff into it. You can't just be up there having a conversation. Now, a professional comedian will make it look like it's a conversation, but they've been doing that joke for so long that it feels like you're just chatting with a friend.
Yeah.
But that takes so many years to develop and finding the funny in it. So, yeah, after my first bomb, I was like, oh, I got to take this shit seriously.
Do you keep like a notepad on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom spaghetti.
Now it's in my phone. I go in between writing stuff down and then putting stuff in my phone and kind of back and forth with it. It just depends on what I'm working on.
How often do like new material come to you? Like just little jokes here?
It comes all the time. It just depends. In conversation, something will be funny. I'm like, ooh, that's funny. I'll write that down.
So how does it go from you think about it and you put it on paper and then you work it?
Yeah. I'll say this might be funny to try later, and then I'll try it. I write on stage, kind of. So
okay.
I'm up there. It was funny when I thought about it earlier. I'm going to say it, and then as I'm up there, depending on what's happening, something else will come. And then I go back and say, oh, I have to remember that. So I always do audio, because you say stuff on stage and you forget. So you go back and listen to it.
Voice notes.
And then, and so you write it down. And then once you get it perfected, then you write more stuff. You add more things to it. And then you take some things out depending on, you know what I mean? So I kind of do all the methods.
It sounds like you're writing a song. Like the way that the way you're structuring it, it kind of, reminds me of like music.
Oh, interesting.
That's crazy.
Everybody's method of writing is different too. I know comedians that write every single word down. Like the Notebook is like a manifesto. It's like a long form, every single word. Then they go back in later and edit, take this word out to make it shorter, to get to the joke faster. But I never write like that.
So similar to like music, like she was saying, like we know so many artists, right, that get tired of like their hit song, right? So for a comedian, when do you feel like it's time to retire a joke? And do you retire one that you know is super funny?
The thing about comedy, sometimes people will see you and then they'll bring their friends, and then you see the person that came to the last show and change your jokes. And at the end they go, why didn't you do the joke? I told my friends about this joke and you didn't do it. So for comedians, the audience is always new. It's old to you to do it, but they've never heard it.
Yeah.
So I think even when you have a special out, I've seen people put specials out and still do those jokes because not everyone has heard the joke. So it's kind of hard, really. Like I did my special and I'm like, I don't want to do those jokes anymore. Like, bitch, nobody saw it. No one saw it. It's not even out yet. No one saw it. Do the joke. But I'm like, but I gave birth to the baby and I have to do something else now. But you just do the joke until you. I mean, there's a joke I used to do about Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I can't do that joke anymore because people are like, I'm 12. Who's that?
We like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Who's Bone Thugs? So the
love them.
Sometimes you have to change the joke because the audience they don't know who that is or what that is.
Can we hear it?
I used to joke about how I listened to slow jams radio on Pandora. Remember Pandora?
Yeah.
Also old. But I would say Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony is not a slow jam. I mean, yes, it is slow. And at one point, it was the jam. But if you're trying to fuck, you don't want to hear it. Boom, 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 boom.
You definitely hear that on Pandora.
You-
God damn. Nigga
So
be
you're-
like, put that Donnell Jones play on me. Boom, boom,
Yeah, it's
boom.
like, this is not, I'm trying to get in the mood, and now I miss my Uncle Charles. What are we doing? But I would sing that whole first part of the song, and it'd be a big laugh, big applause break, but now people are like, she's singing, but they don't know what the song
Right.
is. So
Yeah.
sometimes you hang it up because the time of the joke is just expired on it.
aged out.
Yeah, it's aged out, yeah.
So is that a constant fight between you getting tired of it and
I don't know. I don't know if
time
I
to
ever get
retire.
tired of a joke though either, because sometimes you just get excited about the audience hearing something. So sometimes it's like, maybe my jokes about my height get kind of tiring, but people are always going to ask about it. So I might as well
Do the elephant out the room.
do
bro.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just depends, really.
Has being a comedian altered the way you interact with the world?
Yes and no. I mean, when people find out I'm a comedian, then I'm like, oh God. Like sometimes I don't want to tell anybody that I'm a comedian because it becomes this whole thing. And I'm like, I have to go to work. Like I'm at the grocery store and now someone's like, oh man, you should so-and-so. And yeah, okay. Yes. All right. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
ask that because like sometimes like doing podcasting for like 7 years now. Like sometimes when I'm thinking of something, it'll alter the way I have that conversation with myself. Like sometimes I find myself having a podcast conversation about something simple, or like even something like I've done landscaping before. So instead of being able to just go out and just look at trees, I'll be like, yeah, they need to trim them motherfuckers, or just
Oh, if you have some kind of like expertise in the area.
yeah. So like it alters the way you interact with the world, how you interact with information sometimes.
I don't. Maybe, but also I think I've always been a funny person, so I think the way I interacted has always kind of been funny, whether I was doing comedy or not. So like, I don't know if it changes at all, really.
Like that nigga not funny.
It's like if somebody's like, if somebody at work is like dying or something, I'm like, that fucking bitch, I can't wait for her to go. That's probably a thought that I was gonna have anyway.
Does it like instead of being able to just think that like automatically I'll start writing a joke about it instead of just being able to just think something funny. Like now I'm in joke mode. all
No,
the time.
I'm always in joke mode. I think it just depends. Comedy is about timing as well. Like there was this lady at my job. Her daughter would always make cakes for the therapist. She would always come in with cake, and then her mom went back to the hospital, and I was like, "No more cake." Like that was. I wasn't sad that the mom went to the hospital. I don't even know why she went. I was like, I hope she comes back soon so her daughter can bring us cake. And that wasn't me being a comedian. That was
Yeah.
just me being an asshole because my first thought was about me not getting cake. It's funny, but I wasn't trying to be funny when I had the thought. It's also mean. That's fucked up. I was like, wait, her mom went to the hospital. Oh no.
You're HBCU graduate too.
Well, I didn't graduate from there, but I did.
My bad.
Did attend.
I did go.
What school?
Bethune-Cookman.
Okay,
Yeah.
Florida, right?
Yeah, Daytona Beach.
Scholarship.
Yeah, volleyball. Yeah,
How was the HBCU experience?
it was rough.
Rough?
It's not rough in a bad way. It was just like, you're just like, did I go to school? I lived by the beach. So was I ever in class?
I got you.
Oh, the Qs are playing volleyball in the quad at 9 a.m. What? I guess I'm not going to class. Like it was just like it's one of the best things I ever done for myself. I still have all of my friends that I play volleyball with. Those are like lifelong friendships. I can go to homecoming every year and see all my people, and I feel very connected to that. And I was glad that I went because I grew up here in Vegas, where the black community is kind of spread out. Like I didn't know where everybody was. Like you see us at like a football game or like a basketball tournament, but I'm like, where are the black people? Because I didn't live by a bunch of black people either. Like we had Mexican neighbors and white people. It was
Out
weird.
of town you live though.
I grew up on J Street in Owens at first, Villa Capri.
Shout out. Ooh.
Lived in those until I was like 8. Yeah.
The black people were right there.
Yeah, right. I said,
Yeah,
what
but,
you mean?
but then we moved to Washington and Rancho to a house. So our neighbors were
I was
black
like
Twin
people, but they weren't. It wasn't like I was surrounded by black people.
It's like Tijuana,
more
but near the
mixed.
beach.
It was yeah, like because yeah, it was like a melting pot of people in that area. So like people who went to Cheyenne, I'm like, where do you guys live? Or people who went to Cimarron, where do you guys live? Or like Northtown or whatever. I'm like, I don't know where everybody is. It wasn't like this is the black neighborhood of Vegas. We didn't have that. We just had black people kind of in different parts of Vegas.
They was all on the west until like the north started to really.
But
They
it's-
was on the west and the north before
Yeah.
Northtown really. North Las Vegas started to really branch out.
Because even
That's-
at Western, we had a lot of black kids there, but it was like a lot of other people there
Yeah.
too. Like it wasn't like it was this is the black schools. Nah, it was
I
just
never thought of Rancho as a black school.
Rancho
I
was
mean, not Rancho.
Western.
Western as a black school.
What?
Really?
See,
I did.
Shit.
The way we was beefing with Clark and Bonanza.
Shit.
Shit.
But see, I'm younger than y'all. Though.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true, too.
So by the time
Yeah, they opened
I
up
was
Mojave
kinda-
High School when we were still in high school, I think.
Yeah. they
Palo
did.
Verde and Mojave had just opened when we were in high school.
Oh, see, I
wow.
went to Cheyenne.
out.
I graduated from Cheyenne.
Okay, yeah.
But so when I was in high school, I always looked at Western as like a Mexican school.
Now.
Now,
Like
Yeah.
Western and
Rancho was the no. When we were in high school, Rancho was the Mexican school.
What?
Yeah.
was.
Well, it might is. I don't know.
It's
'Cause
more
isn't
so
it-
now. It
Isn't it a
wasn't-
magnet school now or something?
They
like
all
that?
magnets.
Oh,
Nah,
see,
Rancho, it was a mix. It was like a solid mix at Rancho. It
Yeah.
was black and Mexican.
I mean, Rancho is one of the schools. I was like, I do not want to go to Rancho. They are ghetto. I was saying that about Rancho when I was in high
That's a
school.
fact. That was
I
a
was like,
fact.
we got to go to Rancho?
Did I ever think of that?
no.
Did I ever think? That was Cane Springs for me.
Never heard of it.
Okay, Canyon Springs is the
Springs,
Negro
I
school.
said, nigga, this
The
is,
Negro
this
school.
Negro
is
school.
high fucking
Yes.
desert
That is the school Mr. Clark from Lean On Me
Everything.
Oh
taught.
no, I don't know
with
that
lead
school.
pencils. Like what the
Number
fuck
twos.
is going on? And I'm right up the street.
Yeah.
But like,
That whole North
oh,
Philly.
y'all are like,
I don't know.
Tripping.
like, oh, y'all like
So yes, that's
25 cents a day kids.
So
you know what I'm saying?
with you saying you didn't feel like necessarily not necessarily not a connection, but just like some of the things you hear black comedians talk about.
the
you don't
universal
connect to.
Black American experience. I didn't feel like I had that.
So how did
my-
that translate to going to a HBCU?
It was helpful because they have a lot of Caribbean people there. My mom's from Trinidad, so
Okay.
when I went to Florida, I was like, oh, there's Haitian people here, and there's Jamaican people here, there's Trinis here.
a lot of Kodak Blacks and shit.
So
Yeah.
that's where the whole Catholic
Yes,
came from. 'Cause
yes,
I was
yes.
wondering, I'm like, how did you
My mom's
become-
from
That
Trinidad.
makes sense. I'm about to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
So, and my dad was from Louisiana, and I had only been there. I actually never went there until I was an adult. So, like,
You're blessed.
so and my mom, when she grew up in the Caribbean, like even her upbringing is so different because she didn't know anything about racism. So when she came to America, she was
Yeah.
like, she came here in the 70s, right after the civil rights movement, and she didn't know that like people were racist because everybody's black over there. So she had no idea about all the shit that happens over
So
here.
what's the I guess what's the black experience you feel like you missed?
I don't know. There's sometimes like people talk about just like hood shit.
Oh,
Hood,
struggle.
poor-
You
poor
didn't
shit.
struggle.
So I mean, we struggled too. It just wasn't like, I don't know. I don't want to like the stereotypical
Yeah.
black people experience. Like sometimes people are talking about if Black Twitter is going off, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. I feel left out because I just didn't. It didn't happen to me, or like
Have you always felt
being
like that?
raised by your grandma. My grandma lived in another country. I never met her until I was
Yeah.
like 20 something.
Did y'all drink Kool-Aid in your house?
Yes, we did do Kool-Aid.
What was y'all struggle meal?
I don't know.
What?
Spaghetti? I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that means.
Struggle meals.
We ate noodles.
You would you got
Like top ramen.
Yeah, we still eat some top ramen.
sandwiches,
Yeah,
cup
yeah.
noodles,
I don't like
pizza
cup noodles.
rolls.
Pizza rolls, that's fancy. We didn't have that.
That's fancy.
That is.
Pizza rolls are fancy.
Yes.
that is.
Pizza
Privilege.
rolls,
Rip, rip.
hot pockets.
Yeah.
Hot Pockets
Pockets.
is fancy
Fancy,
too.
yeah. I had Hot Pockets when I got to college, and I was like, that's a very like expensive purchase.
Pot pies.
Damn.
We used to eat churches every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's the black experience right there.
My mom would
Shit.
bring us churches.
Churches over pop pies. Real ones know churches over pop pies.
So
No,
if I
for
say
real.
if I say God is good, you don't know what the response is.
I know what the response is,
Oh,
but
okay.
not because I went to a church to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I watched
Somebody else say
somebody else said it.
Did he die in the Catholic story?
The who?
Did Jesus die?
Did he die?
Yeah, we do the whole
it's the
story.
same
of
It's the
the-
same story.
We do the
It's
whole
the
thing
same
with the
story.
Christians.
It's the same
Oh,
story.
We do the
Okay, I
whole
didn't
thing
know
about
that.
the crucifixion and all that. You know, that movie with the Passion of Christ. That's
Yeah.
all like
Oh,
Catholic
okay.
shit. That's all it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was
So
it.
with the Trini background, did you participate in like carnival or anything
I
like
went in
that?
2014.
I seen the pictures. Yeah.
I couldn't wait to go do that. So I've been to Trinidad twice. I went with my mom and my nephew when he was like 5 years old, so he doesn't even remember going.
Ass everywhere.
And we didn't do carnival then, but I went later in 2014 by myself and did carnival with my cousins, and that was crazy. I mean, I got a damn sunburn. I didn't even know you can do that.
Really?
That's crazy.
I didn't know we could do it. We did. I mean, outside for 16 hours. You
Where's
start
it? Where's it at?
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
I mean,
Yeah, there
a
have been
lot of
multiple
Caribbeans
places.
have
Yeah.
carnival. Brazil has it. Barbados,
I want to go to
Bahamas.
the one in Toronto. I want to go to the one in Toronto. That
Yeah,
was crazy.
Caravana. Yeah.
Yes.
Because they have a lot of Caribbeans up there too. So it's
So would that be considered like the Caribbean, like what's the shit they do in
Like Mardi
New
Gras?
Orleans? Yeah, like
yeah,
Caribbean Mardi
it's
Gras.
essentially like that. Yeah, they have like their own like Fat Tuesday is the same like the Ash Wednesday deal. They do the.
Any titties out there too? Or
I
no?
mean, not like that, but everybody's wearing like a thong with big ass feathers and shit. Like you can see
Please don't
stuff,
bring up a thong right now. It's too soon.
and they're dancing
Too
very
soon. I
provocatively.
just seen one
What?
yesterday. It just fucked me up.
What?
the
thong.
Man that was at work.
Well, these are ladies in thongs, and they're glittery, and they have feathers, and they're you've
Built
seen
nice.
you've seen like the
Yeah, Mardi Gras titties don't hit like you.
yeah, because it's
TV.
always
like the
titties you don't
carnival
want to see.
titties.
No, yeah.
Local Magnesia.
Yeah, because
titties.
I think that the big pimping video was in Trinidad. I think that's where
Yeah.
they were. Yeah, they did Carnival in Trinidad.
Really?
That's where it was.
So you got your special.
Yes.
How long? Like, okay, so how do you go from you working, writing jokes to putting a special together? Like, how does all that like work?
Well, I think for Roy Wood Jr. always told me, he was like, doing stand up helps you figure out what you really want to do. Because not all of us are going to do stand up. So when I started stand up, I was like, I want to do stand up. I want to have a special out. That was one of my goals.
Yeah.
So every time I got on stage, it was like putting something together to put in this special. So the entire my entire career, I guess, 11 years, was just kind of working on stuff to see what's good to put in a special.
Okay.
So every time I'm on stage, that's what my focus is to make the jokes funny for this thing. Some people just want to make jokes for cruises. Like you have to curate 90 minutes of material for family-friendly cruise ship stuff. Maybe that's what they're doing.
I couldn't imagine.
Some people are doing stand-up so they can practice writing and end up in a writing room somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends. So, for me, mine was, since I started, I want to have a special out. That was my focus.
So when you like drafting the special, is it just you putting down like an hour of like your hardest hitting jokes?
I didn't even know
Like, how
I
do
was
you say
doing an
this was
hour. I didn't plan on doing an hour. I thought I was going to do 30 minutes, but I had never done all of my jokes at once. So when I did it, I was like, my friend was like, you did an hour and 5 minutes. I was like, I did? Because I never get to do it. You do 10 minutes here, 12 minutes here, 15, maybe 30, but you're not doing more than that in regular stand-up. So you try to do all the stuff that's really, really funny, and that makes sense. Because my director, he helped me kind of curate the set where he's like, do all the jokes you want to do, and I want to say what makes sense, and then we'll put it in a storytelling where it has like an arc, and then we'll end over here. So he helped me kind of put all my funny stuff. It's funny stuff in here, but we're going to put this in this part of it, and then hit them at the end with this really fucked up shit, and it's going to be great. And I was like, okay. But yeah, you're doing the jokes, and it's sometimes there's jokes. I mean, there's some stuff I didn't put in the special because it was like, it doesn't make sense for what we're doing. So there's stuff that I left on the table that I can probably use for something else later. But
How does it feel to accomplish that?
I had taped the special last year for my 10-year anniversary, and I hated it. So for me to do it again, to trust my gut and be like, I don't want to put that out. I'm not, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of myself for even doing it because this was way better, and it cost me way more money. But the end product is going to be so much better than what that first one was.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I'm proud of myself for not putting out something that I didn't like just because I was like, oh, I've been doing it 10 years. You got to put out something. Like, I didn't want to do that. So I feel really accomplished in that sense. And now I'm like, I can move on to other things that I want to do and still keep doing stand-up. But now I'm like, I want to write pilots and TV shows and other shit, So
Is that what your next goal is?
yeah, the next goal is to turn my comic book into an animated series. So I'm working on a pilot right now, learning how to write a pilot. That's the hard thing. I don't know how to do that. Stand-up is easy. You just get up there and talk. But writing a TV show is like, there's structures and you have to put the story in certain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the hard part for me is learning a new skill set. But I still get to be funny, but it's a different media. So that's the next thing.
Damn, that sounds.
Yeah.
So
You have animator and all that?
are you gonna juggle both, or are you this is kind of like a journey?
I think
where
I would
you might-
always still do stand up. Yeah, I think I like being on stage so much that I don't think I would like. I mean, I'm taking a break right now. Like I was in Palm Springs working, my day job, and I didn't tell anybody at work that I do comedy. Like nobody knew I was a comedian at all, even though I was hilarious every day at work.
Did anybody find you?
No, I mean when I left, I told them, "Hey, it would be no surprise to you guys, but I am a comedian." They're like, "Oh, I knew it." So they know now, but when I was at work, I didn't tell anybody because I wasn't doing shows. Because people want to come see you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that right now. I'm just chilling because I just did this big thing. But now I've already got some funny stuff brewing in my phone. I'm like, oh, I want to test this shit out. So I'll always keep doing stand-up, I think. But there's festivals coming up, and, you know, you got to go perform at those still. So
where we seen you at, was that more like you just getting into an environment you are comfortable in? Like, what was that?
No, I know them from Facebook. I've never been there before, actually. My first time meeting them was at that thing where she was like, we usually have a comedian open the show, and if you're in town, come do 10 minutes. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man.
That was it.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah.
For guys, right? Mm-hmm. There's a thing where you can laugh somebody's drawers off, right? I've done it.
Oh, I've done it.
Okay, so you laugh somebody's drawers off.
Oh, dudes. Oh, yeah.
Are men that easy? I don't know how I feel about
You're hilarious, Papi Grande. You're so funny.
Men are easy like that? You, can just
You
laugh and
guys
get your
are
drawers off?
easy without me being funny.
That's crazy.
Let's just be honest here.
Know your worth, King.
Word, King, we out here, how they talking about us and laughing and shit.
No, it could be a gift and a curse, honestly, because sometimes men compete with you. So if you're funny, they want to be funnier. And I'm like, this ain't.
That's weird.
You're not going to.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You don't have to always try to be funny. But they're like, oh, if I make you laugh, that means I'm funny. I made a comedian laugh. It's like, make the comedian come. How about that? Let's
Let's stay on task.
you don't have to fucking do this all
Yeah.
the time. Because I'm not always on either. Like, you don't have to just be normal.
So do you like, I mean, if they don't meet you in that environment, do you like telling like your partners or somebody you're dating that you are a comedian?
Oh man, if I had been on a date, I would love to be able to answer that question. I have not dated in a long ass time. So
Is that by choice?
I think
I know it can't be out your drive for you.
no, I don't I move around a lot. Like I started in Oakland this year. I was there for 3 months. Then I went to New York for a couple of weeks. I went to Austin for a week. Then I went to LA for a couple of months. Then I went to Palm Springs. So it's really hard to like.
Are you a drug dealer?
No, my therapy job.
Oh, I say my fucking we talking to ghosts around this motherfucker.
No, my day job.
She
I'm
moving
a
bricks.
traveling therapist. Like they have traveling nurses.
Oh,
You just kind
wow.
of go around a different town. So I usually pick a town where I can do both.
It's like on your desperado shit.
Yeah.
but you
So
got a
when I was like
therapist in
Palm Springs, that's a cool place to just chill after
That's
my
nice.
special. I'm not
Palm
gonna be
Springs
doing
is
nothing.
nice.
I'm just gonna be hanging out. And so it's hard to date when you're like, I'm only here for 3 months.
It's a lot of flings.
Yeah, in Oakland, I had quite a few flings though. I was up on there like, I'm leaving in April, so come get this before I leave. And I got a few.
In Oakland?
Knocked a few down. Oh yeah.
I heard they're aggressive in Oakland.
They're not
Lock your shit
aggressive.
up, you
I
got
mean,
fucking
you
locker
know,
in your
it was
goddamn
I was on
room.
hands like, hey, and I don't even hide it from people. I'm like, I'm a comedian. Don't be weird about it. You're not gonna be funnier than me, and then let's just hang out.
Oh, so you put it out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you swipe to the last photo, it's me on stage. So if somebody's surprised by it, it's like, oh, you don't pay attention. So give me some dick and leave.
I can feel.
But it is, well, that's why I want to stop moving too. I told my therapist this, that I want to stop moving. And she was like, you're going to buy a bed? Shut up. I have commitment issues as well. And I do like to be like, oh, I've done all the things I'm going to do here, so I'm ready to go.
Have you started or have you incorporated your dad into your?
Oh, you didn't come to my special.
It was on a Friday.
Yeah.
My Fridays
had two
are my Friday. My Fridays are my Thursdays. So
Okay.
it's kind of hard when it's not a Saturday.
I hear you. Well, I talked about my dad in my special. Yes, he was in there. His dick was in there too.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Oh no! What's wrong? What happened, Papi Grande? No.
You lost it.
What happened?
What was the joke? Like, why would your father's dick?
My
be in
dad
your special?
was sick. He had dementia, and he went to the hospital. And I saw his dick in the hospital. I was
Jesus Christ.
like- I said, "Damn, I know why you was cheating, because that thing was monstrous."
Oh my God.
Said my dad had a dick for the streets. That's not a,
That Louisiana slammer. Huh?
yeah, that is not a monogamous penis. You gotta. If I had a dick like that, I'm spreading it around. I'm sorry. Have you seen this? I'm going to jail.
I wish mine was dick pickable, man. I envy it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't realize 'cause he was sitting there at the nurse's station, and he was wearing a hospital gown, and then I was like, oh,
Jesus Christ.
Charles,
That
let's
happened
go
to
for
me
a walk.
recently, Actually.
Yeah, when you see it,
See
you
your
don't.
dad's dick on
You
accident.
like, yo,
Boy.
yo,
Any family member on accident. Like,
hey.
like, oh my God.
I mean, I work in healthcare, but I don't want to see that. I was surprised.
Well, I had a naked mom, so it didn't bother
Yeah, but
me.
a naked mom
that's
and naked
different.
dad is different. Like dads
That's
can't be a
different.
naked dad.
Nah.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
be
you
walking
can't be a
around and
naked
meat
dad.
in the kitchen like Ving Rhames making eggs with your dick out. You
No,
gotta-
one day, you know what? Was it the other day? Like I came in the house. I came out the room. I'm walking around. I just got my underwear on and shit. I'm like, wait, fuck, you tripping? What you doing?
yeah, free ball it.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
The kids
got
was
girls,
like, Where's
man.
your clothes at? And
Yeah.
he had on like he had his undershirt and his underwear on, and they're like, "Where's your clothes?"
He's like, oh my bad, I forgot y'all were here.
Oh, you forgetting? I can't wait.
Damn
for them to leave.
kids, see,
I
can't wait for them to leave. See,
Look at Ivy. Ivy, you walking around with your drawers on, man.
With no shirt on.
hey,
What? I got leather
Like,
couches.
this is
It's
my
cold.
house.
It's cold
I got
out
leather
here.
couches.
Yeah, it's be cold. I gotta have a shirt on. It be cold in the
the leather
motherfucker.
couches. Yeah, you don't want to sit
Couch.
on them with no
Don't fall
clothes.
asleep
though.
on that shit.
So in what's this? 11 years that you've been doing it. What are the biggest misconceptions people have about stand up or
That-
comedy in general?
That it's easy. And it pays money. Those are the biggest ones. They think that anybody can do it. And they can. You can try.
They
But
think anybody can do it.
yeah, they think anybody can. They see you doing it and they
Yes.
go, ooh, I want to do it. And you go ahead. And then when they get up there, they change their mind. Yeah. Because what you're saying is somebody who's been working on it. That's why it looks easy.
Yes.
Right. If you watch a professional athlete, you're not gonna go and be like, I can play tennis like Serena. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't play like her. You suck.
What about like unexpected realizations for you?
Ooh. I mean, this business is just as cutthroat as any, and people who are nice to you, they probably aren't nice to you because they like you. They probably have some ulterior motives.
What would be an ulterior motive
That
in
word
comedy?
almost took you the fuck out.
I know.
Well, especially being a black woman, you don't have a lot of you don't have enough room for all of us to win, right? So sometimes I always thought I met a female comedian here when I first started. She's black, and we were very chit chatty and friendly. And then she got on stage and she goes, "Now I have to compete with Shanna because she's so pretty."
Oh wow.
And I was like, huh? So that's the mentality for a lot of people, women in general, but then black women, it gets more specific because I'm the only black person in my town, so I get all the shows. You know what I mean? Like some of that it's competitive. And so if I get something, somebody will say, how'd you get that? Instead of congratulations.
Damn.
So if somebody's suddenly like nice to you, they're trying to figure out how they can get what you got. And here I am, I'm naive. I have to work on that. It's like that person doesn't like you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
That's the suck.
it's hard to approach people like that. Like this person probably is full of shit, but I'm gonna entertain it anyway.
Because it's like comedy and it's rooted in funny. So being envious of somebody that's giving
It's just
a little weird.
It's just the opportunities that are provided to certain people, and I feel like I don't know. I think I might have a different kind of vibe to me because I do work in healthcare and I am more empathetic, and I
Yeah.
think people feel like it's easier to either attach or take advantage or something, and that's something I have to work on as well. But I always assume that the person that I'm meeting is the person that I'm meeting, and it's not this masked something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I always take people for what I'm getting as opposed to being like, what was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I have to be more, I have to have, what's it, discernment, I guess is the
Yep.
word? Just trying to figure out, I'm a chit chat with you, but I have to keep more things to myself because I'm very like, I'll tell you all my business, and I shouldn't. You don't deserve to know that.
Yeah.
So for me, it was learning that a lot of people in this industry, they're nice to you, but it's not why you think they're nice to you. It's something else.
So has there been any like from a competitive standpoint where there was someone you seen on stage and you was like, God damn, I gotta get on my shit?
I think that's all the time, and it doesn't matter who it is. If the person is funny, I'm like, shit, that person's getting laughs. I gotta. But then also too, it's like, you learn. I did a show one time and I booked the people on the show, and one of the girls was really funny. She didn't talk about anything like important, but she was funny. Fine. That my comedy is like, talk about something deep, but
Yeah.
she was just like whatever. But she was killing, and what I did was, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that. She was great, wasn't she? I won't be doing that. Reset the room for what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
You could also take the power back from the audience too, because if they're expecting to be on this ride all the time, it's too much. People need to be able to come down.
Yeah.
Come on down. I got you.
Has anybody stole your jokes?
No, because they're so personal. It's hard to. You can't steal jokes about being a 6'3" black lady trying to get finger banged in the back of a nightclub.
You take one?
Have I taken one? I think I may have took somebody's joke on accident once. And I never did it again.
Finger banged in the back of the
I wanted to get back to that, but I was gonna let her finish her sentence
Because
first.
there was this guy. He had a joke about his daughter. He said his daughter wants to play softball, and he says, "You know, I'm never going to be a grandfather because softball." And I had heard him say that, and when I got on stage talking about me and playing sports, and I was like, "Yeah," I said something about how I'm not going to have. My mom's not gonna be a grandma. I kind of stole the idea of what he
Okay.
said because people think that I play basketball, and I was like, no, I like dick. So
That's why I said volleyball.
see, so but that only happened once, and I was like, ooh, damn, I pulled a Robin Williams. I gotta stop doing that. Which is why I don't like to watch people's comedy.
Yeah, I said that's a
Because when you're younger, when you first start, everything is you're just taking everything
Yeah.
stuff
Fun.
because you don't know what your voice is yet. So you end up like that's what they say about Chappelle. He stole what's his name?
Tony Roberts?
No. Is it Tony Roberts?
well, I know Robin was actually paying. If the joke worked, he paid him.
No, but there was a
That was
comedian that
solid.
he made his whole like style and cadence from when he first started.
Chappelle?
Chappelle did, yeah. I forget. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm gonna be so mad.
I
forgot
got
his name.
more of
But when you first start, you don't know what you're doing, so you look up to people and you end up starting to sound like them.
who the
and-
fuck is that? What do you mean? He gave me like a lot of like Eddie Griffin vibes
I
in the
feel like,
beginning.
didn't they start around the same time though?
Chappelle and Eddie?
I feel
I mean,
like they
Chappelle
did.
started at
Same time,
19 though. He was a kid when he started.
You know that shit.
But the way he like performs, the way he like structures and like the pacing, he said he took that style from somebody else from like DC or something like that when he started. And I think when you are newer, you don't know what you're doing, so you just kind of people laugh at that, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then so that's why I don't like to watch people's comedy because I don't want to be influenced. Now at this point, I won't be influenced because I know what I'm doing. But when I stole that guy's joke, it was because it kind of tied into what I was saying, and I was still kind of new. But that only happened one time, and I was like, oh.
It's
I
hard
did.
to be influenced by something that works though. It's hard not to be.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is that, like, if the jokes are so kind of, like, evergreen and anybody can tell them, it's easier to steal.
Yeah.
Because anybody can tell it. So that's why I try to make my jokes personal, because you can't steal these jokes.
I'd rather have eggs
Yeah.
than kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't steal this. And if you want to steal that one, be prepared for the audience to be like, and if the goal is to get laughs, I mean, you might not want to do
Yeah.
that one.
So I enjoyed that shit, but it was
You
quiet
can
as a
get
motherfucker.
you want to get specific, dark, weird laughs? Yes. But
Go for it.
if the room is full of 100 people and maybe 50 are like, well, that you got to be ready for that too. You know what I mean? So I don't steal jokes anymore, but that did happen once when I first started. And I felt really bad.
That's all.
Being animated on stage, are you like that extra animated? Because I've noticed with Martin, I don't think he's as funny as it used to be because I'm realizing a lot of
Can't
his
move,
comedy,
man.
he can't move.
I think sometimes being animated can be like a crutch. you're using your physicality to get the laugh as opposed to what you're saying. I can.
On the SJ.
So sometimes I get animated because I'm having fun, but it's not part of the bit.
Yeah.
It depends on what's happening. Because sometimes I'll tell a joke and I'm just standing there and it's funny.
Right.
Or sometimes I'm telling the same joke and based off how the audience is participating, then I'm like, why am I running around? Like, it just depends. Why am I dancing? I never dance when I say that joke, but I just dance for you guys, Colorado. I don't know. So it's like, it's not part of my thing to have.
Okay.
There are act outs in the joke, but they're not, my physicality isn't.
Structure.
It's not part. Yeah, it's not part of it like that.
Is it on purpose due to your height?
I don't know.
What
Some places you can't be
Your arthritis
animated.
moving it?
But in the basements in New York, you can't be animated. You finna hit something.
Yeah.
You gotta, and that's why
Also,
I like.
like a real basement.
Yeah, a lot of comedy in New York is under the ground.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you gotta go down some steps first.
So that's
You
real
be in the
underground-
cellar.
underground
You really
comedy.
do be in the cellar
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I think that's the thing I like about New York too, because you can't use your physicality physically in some of these places because they are so small. So it makes you have to be like, I have to be verbally funny.
Yeah.
The audience is not going to let me run around in here. The stage is only this big.
I've watched from a mainstream perspective like comedy change. Is it the same way in like on the local markets where like it's more TED Talk-ish? Like,
I don't know.
miss the funny. I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to come by that now. Everybody has a.
Well,
fucking,
I think what's changing is that the black comedians are doing it now. White comics have always been, I'm on therapy. I'm sad. I have anxiety. I'm depressed. And now the black people are like, hey man, I also am depressed.
Oh.
So that's the shift. Is that now it's become more like Ali Sadiq is in one of his specials crying when he talks about his sister dying or something like that. Like he's literally on stage crying in front of these
damn.
people. And even with Gerard Carmichael, where his Rothaniel special, where he talks about coming out,
I hate when he came out.
he just sits there and he sits and he's quiet and he's these long pauses of just like this tense, and it's people don't like that, but I do. I like the push and pull with the audience to make them feel uncomfortable.
It's not the coming out.
But
It
it's-
was. I'm sorry.
But the material it's personal and it's a little bit more. It could feel TED Talkish because there's not jokes in it, but I think it just takes longer to get to the joke as opposed to boom, 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 boom.
He was
boom.
just like so much funnier,
sure.
and then like
But
I
that-
get you come out, and then it just took like a very very serious
Same
TED
with
talk.
Jamie Foxx.
And I think yeah, and I think also with fame, right? As you get more famous, you become less funny because you're not attached to the stuff that made you funny to begin with. You don't live in those same environments. You're not hanging out with those same people. You don't get to do all the stuff that we
Not
all.
eating ramen noodles anymore.
You're not eating ramen noodles no more. Like
You're not
now you're
hungry
now you're
anymore.
joking about your daughter going to private school. And we're like, we're poor. Like
Like we can't relate.
we don't know what that is.
How did you feel about the Jamie Foxx special?
I felt it was a little bit too churchy for me, and as we all know. I was like, is he gonna do this the whole time? Because I gotta go. The Catholic in me is ready to be out of this room. It almost felt like I compared it to like, you remember at the Apollo, like a person would sing a gospel song so they wouldn't get booed.
Yeah.
You can't boo Jesus.
Yeah, it felt like I wanted to turn it off because I was like, I don't really dig it. I'm happy he's okay, but it doesn't feel like something I want to keep watching. But I was like, but he is talking about Jesus a lot.
So let me finish.
Let me finish it, and I do respect him. I'm happy he's okay, but he's not doing.
Man, fuck that shit. They killed Jesus with a thorny bonnet.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
booing that shit and I'm turning it off.
I felt really bad because then you look at the comments online, people are like, it was his testimony. I'm like, but was that what it's supposed to be? I thought.
Yeah, you just call it a testimony, not a special.
Yeah, so I'm happy he's fine, but he seemed very upset that y'all niggas said he was a clone. And he had to make sure y'all knew he was him. And there was 4 writers for that special.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like a big deal now?
What?
Having ghostwriters for jokes.
I don't think it's. I mean, if you're gonna have 4 people writing,
It should be hilarious.
4 people is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
4
That's
people.
a lot. Yeah, that's an album worth.
Come on. I don't want to. I'm not a hater. I love Jamie Foxx. I love him. I think he's great that he's alive and all that stuff. But there could have been funnier ways to talk about the recovery and the therapy and that kind of stuff. He could have hired me. I'm a therapist. I could have punched some of that shit up for him.
Is that a big thing? Like people writing for you?
Not for me, but like
I'm just saying
I
in
know
comedy
people
in
who
general.
I know somebody who's helping Martin Lawrence write his special. Like they have to, because they're so far away from reality now that they have to have people who are amongst the normies to tell them what's works because they don't know anymore.
Yeah, I would never want to be like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, or you could just be like Chappelle and just complain about trans people for 2 hours. It's like, somebody helped you write that? Why are you so mad? Leave them people alone already. It's the third.
Right.
I try.
It's the third special. You still talk about
Out of respect, bro. Out of respect. Me and wifey sat and we was trying to watch the Chappelle specials and we was like,
I haven't even watched the last few. I'm like, I can't. I don't.
what is
It's giving Republican.
happening?
It's giving get off my lawn. I don't want to.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, you get rich and then you be like,
Feel disconnected from
you
the
so
culture.
disconnected. It's not,
Do you think we ever see the phenomenon that Chappelle show was?
I don't know, because with streaming and shit like that, it's hard for, they're not buying stuff like that. They're remaking old TV shows right now. They don't want to put money into something new. So it's hard.
They trying to bring In Living Color back.
See,
again.
it's
It
this.
won't work.
It won't work.
But that's what I mean. Like they're the executives of these streaming services are like, well, what worked 20 years ago? They don't want to buy new stuff. They're taking all the good content off from Black creators, like or people of color. So it's hard to know if they can do something like that now because everybody's buying everybody too. Like Paramount just bought Comedy Central. So if you want to watch comedy, you have to go on Paramount.
Stream on
Yeah.
Paramount,
So it used to be back in the day, Comedy Central was where you would pop off because they would show stand up, and now it's just South Park on there.
Adult Swim all day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
Damn,
it's
that
hard to like put something. Key and Peele was like the last kind of Dave Chappelle-ish thing. I don't know if they have the appetite for it or they don't know where to find it because everybody's on TikTok giving you bite-sized clips.
Yeah.
You'd have to sit down and watch a 5-minute YouTube made kind of thing like Issa Rae did with hers. You know what I mean? It became, you
Yeah.
have to start it yourself, get the popularity, and then somebody will put it someplace. It's not going to be like, give this person a show. I don't think that's how it works anymore. I don't think.
Damn. So, is there a way for a comedian to like really come up these days?
Yeah. Andrew Schultz. We watched him rise over the years, podcasting.
But see, that's the way you get
the
up
other thing,
is through a fucking podcast. No offense, guys.
No, you good. No.
I don't want to get my fans from me doing
Fuck
the
me, huh?
podcast. I want you to be like, I saw her tell jokes and that's
Right.
why I came to see her. Not,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that Joe Rogan was a comedian. People had no idea. He did that special where he was sweating underneath his titties, bombing his ass off. And the whole audience was like, Joe Rogan does comedy. Because they know him from the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known from my podcast. I want people to. I want to have a podcast that's successful because I'm a funny comedian,
Right.
as
Yeah.
opposed to it doing the other way. But I think that's the way now. But also, Schultz hangs out with Black people and they give him a pass. So whatever.
There's that.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you find funny?
Oh God, I don't know. Me? I don't watch comedy anymore. It's hard, and there's so many like. If I'm at a show and somebody's up there, I'm like, that guy is funny. Nobody knows what it is.
Yeah.
But it's hard to really know now because you have to kind of be out there, and I don't look at it online, so I don't know.
What about like the female comedians? Because you said that you get that a lot where they say that they're not funny. Do you have like a specific woman that was a comedian that you found funny coming up?
Well, see, coming up too, it's like I don't know.
You don't
I'm
know?
coming up. Zainab Johnson's really funny to me, but she has a special on Amazon. She's a Muslim woman. I think it's called Hajib's Off or something like that. Hijab, sorry, not Hajib's. Is it? What's the name of the head thing?
We know.
Hijab.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. She's funny. It's hard to be like up and coming because some people have stuff out. It's just that nobody knows that we're out there because now the pool is so big.
Yeah.
Outside of legacy acts, I can't even think of
I thought the one lady was funny. The lady from Abbott Elementary.
Janelle
Janelle.
James, she's
Yes.
funny. Yes.
I thought
But
she
what's
was
the, but the, I mean, there's a difference between like a comedic actor.
Now
She's a
Janelle,
special. She's a special.
I know Janelle from New York. She started.
Oh, she is a
stand-up.
shit.
She
Okay.
just got discovered for that TV show, but she's been a comedian in New York and other places for a minute. I think Netflix did a thing where they get like 15-minute specials. And she's
Yeah.
on one of them. Her and Dulce Sloan. There's quite a few that have like these little bite-sized specials on stuff, but
Have you ever met Takara Williams?
huh?
Have you ever met Takara Williams?
Oh yeah, I've met her before.
Oh, she's so thick. My God.
Jesus, this.
Wow. You hear that, Takara? He thinks you're thick. I'm sure you've never heard that before.
She's so thick. My God. She just-
Original material over here
she
from
popped up on one of my
Poppy.
Facebook
Poppy
reels. I was like,
Grande.
yeah, she is.
So
She's funny.
From a
Yeah.
comedic standpoint, what is next for you? I know you got the special.
And where can we find the specials?
It ain't
for our
out yet.
listeners?
Well, it's being edited right now, and we're going to shop it around because I have some people that I know in the industry that might be able to do something with it. If not, it'll be on YouTube, and I'll let people know. But
Okay.
yeah, that's where it'll probably end up.
Tubi?
Not Tubi. YouTube.
Why not Tubi? I'm saying, why not Tubi? Tubi is a growing platform.
Sir, Tubi is for Nollywood video movie. Stop.
No, they have
No.
big movies on there.
No, I'm not. I have not. No.
I don't. I mean, I
No.
try, but every
No.
couple minutes it'd be like
No.
A commercial.
A
brought to you
commercial.
by Colgate.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck?
YouTube too.
I don't want a Tubi.
You watching movies on
I don't want a
YouTube,
Tubi
you got
yet.
a problem.
No, I watch movies on Tubi. I watched Friday After Next on Tubi.
Did you watch Vegas Stories 100 Degrees at Midnight?
The Vegas what now?
Vegas Stories 100 Degrees at Midnight.
Oh, we are on that, huh?
We are
I have
on
no
Tubi.
idea what
Tubi.
I have no idea what that is. So
Stop
no,
playing yourself small, man. We on
We are
Tubi, man.
Tubi kings. I forgot.
I have
Yeah.
never.
We all in Tubi movies.
I don't.
Oh, you and yours too? Hey, that shit was
Yeah.
so funny.
You're in a Tubi? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
on
Hey,
okay.
so I didn't know you was in the Tubi movie. What movie
I
you
didn't
in?
either.
I'm not on
I'm the
Tubi.
only one that's not on Tubi.
I'm not on Tubi.
Okay,
I'm not
we're
on.
not on
I don't
We gotta
think I'm
get y'all
on
on
Tubi.
too.
We gotta get y'all on
You gotta
Tubi,
get on
man.
Tubi.
I'm gonna put mine on YouTube where people who aren't black will see it. We'll get some white eyeballs on these. We need some white eyeballs on my shit because it's gonna. I love black people.
I get it.
I love y'all, but I
understand.
need some Jew
Yeah.
eyeballs on my shit.
Right.
Jewish Jew is not going to YouTube. The guy who runs the comedy division of HBO is not going to Tubi to look at my shit.
We go to Tubi for bad movies. Like I feel like we
Baps.
just try to see. Yeah.
They not showing Baps on nothing. Tubi got it.
I refuse to download it, so
What? You don't ever put
I
yourself
hate
up on
watch.
Tubi?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be that poor.
I found Friday After Next because that's my Christmas movie,
Yes.
and I watched that and it was fun. But I don't want to go back to it. I don't even like the way it looks.
the last time I watched Friday After Next.
You
I
supposed
seen
to
that
watch
in
it
actual
every-
theater.
You gotta watch
That was
it
a
every
fucking-
Christmas.
That was a fucking movement, man.
You gotta watch it every Christmas, man.
Having a birthday on Christmas, growing up,
And currently,
and currently, yeah, sure, yeah. How
still
was-
sucks.
Yeah, you get everybody can buy your gifts.
Sucks.
It fucking sucks. I mean, I don't expect to get like I've never gotten like a bunch of presents. I get like one extra present for my birthday, and now everybody's broke, so it's like I got you a card.
See, I'd be an asshole. I get her them Adidas that you pumped up. You pumped the tongue up. You remember those?
Did you get those for Christmas?
I would get you those
Why?
just to be an asshole.
Why?
You can grow a little more.
I thought does it make you taller? I thought it just makes your foot more snug so you don't twist your ankle.
I thought they supposed to like. No. What's the no? What's the joints that remember everybody in basketball had on
You
where they
talking
was
about
like
the
this?
strength shoes?
Talking about the strength shoes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody had those back in the day. You don't remember
Shits
those?
didn't work.
I don't know.
They ain't work.
Nah,
I mean,
they
it
ain't work.
looked
They
like
walk
it
around with
worked.
shin splints.
Yeah.
All the tall niggas,
All the time.
all the tall niggas had them in high school.
Thought they was gonna be dunking.
Yep.
They was like,
They got me.
What were they
Strength shoes.
called?
The strength
Strength
platform
shoes.
shoes.
Strength shoe. Oh.
It had like a platform only underneath like the heel, so you. It's
I'll just be an
basically-
asshole.
Sir, I wear heels. You can just buy me some.
Do you really?
Yeah. What are you
That's
talking about?
that's disrespectful.
What's
You
your
can
shoe size?
go to it's a 12,
Okay.
In
10 and a
men?
half in men, 10 and a half in men.
Oh, still damn.
I can get some Chucks. You can buy me some Chucks in any color.
I would not want to see your feet in chucks.
Why not? I wear Chucks all the time.
Yeah.
That's long.
It's not. What size shoe you wear?
14.
I wear 10 and a half. What are you talking
For a
about?
woman, that's big though.
But you acting like my feet are ginormous.
You know.
His feet are
And she should.
ginormous.
You know what just popped in my head when you said
Dude,
that?
if I had wore a size 9, I'd be falling
She
down.
would be looking crazy.
I think wearing heels though would be like semi disrespectful
Dude, when
to anybody that's not
Bruh.
7 foot.
Bruh, let me tell you how many free drinks I used to get when I was 6'8" in the motherfucking pool. Are you kidding me? Don't bring that shit over here, sir. Sorry, you insecure. Wait a minute.
The
5'10".
Deuce Bigelow just popped in my head.
Oh yeah, that's
That's a huge bitch.
Yes,
I'm only 5'10",
I used
bro.
to get that too.
I'm only 5'10", man.
Yeah.
You putting on heels, that adds.
I will be from between 6'6"
7 foot.
to 6. I used to wear 5-inch wedges
Jesus
to the pool.
Christ.
Ooh.
So you would date a short man?
Who else is
She
out
had no
there, sir?
choice.
What are you talking?
What's too
Didn't
short?
you
Okay,
come
what's
to
too
my
short?
special?
Yeah, I did.
What's too short then?
I don't know. I don't. I think I've dated at 5'6" before. I don't know. I don't
That's
even.
a kid.
You don't have a type.
I don't even
You don't have a
ask.
type at all.
I don't even ask
You
because
hold that nigga like this.
here's
it
a.
doesn't make a difference.
You know
hold
what?
him on your waist.
You know what? If I was sitting here saying he has to be this, and that, I wouldn't have no damn body to date because the short bitches want them too.
You in the top 1% though.
Yeah.
So if I'm not fighting with a 5'5" bitch for a 6'5" dude. I'm not doing that. He gonna take the 5'5" girl
Yeah.
all day. So what are we left with? I'm left with Asian men. I'm left with.
They ain't even.
We
They
went-
hit 5'2".
They always get over 6
Sometimes it
feet.
depends. They Filipino and Spanish. They can be a little bit taller.
Yeah, Yao
I
Ming.
fuck one of them.
I
He's
was
like
gonna
5'10".
say Yao Ming.
I hit one of them for 5'10" Filipino.
Did
How
you?
was
Yeah.
that? How was that?
Filipinos?
His dick was all right. He wanted me to be on top though, and I was like, I don't want to be on top, sir. Come on, lay me down.
Yeah, throw them legs up.
That's
Lay
wow.
me down.
Them knees.
You probably the first woman I ever met that had sex with a Filipino man.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. I like who like me. Shit. I'm like, oh, you're too short. No, wait a minute. He's got a big old dong, and I'm pretty sure. Hold on. If he ain't worried about it, I ain't worried about it. I used to walk around the casino with a little 5'6" dude, 5'7". Shit. People be looking at us like, wow, that guy is so lucky. You damn right he is.
One day I'm gonna step outside my race.
Man.
I seen your wifey kiss a white woman.
What?
What?
What are you talking
And I was,
about?
You kissing
I
white
was
women?
disgusted.
I don't remember that. That's why I don't drink like that no more. He said
Damn.
Yeah.
I was bothered like
It don't have to be
wasn't like-
white.
I
it
don't-
could be like
400
Spanish.
years of
It could
fucking
be.
slavery. Just
I don't remember that
Listen,
either,
the best
so
way
I
to
don't
stick
know.
it to the man is to stick it to the man.
Hello, somebody. Hello.
I be getting out. Listen, you want me to make y'all broke? Cause I'm about to max out this white boy. I dated a white dude. We went to their family's house in Mexico for the summer.
Jesus.
The pink meat don't bother you?
Why would it bother me?
I'm just because I know a lot of.
It doesn't bother me when it's in there doing a good job. It didn't bother me when I came 6 times in one session.
I heard that.
See?
God damn.
And that's never happened to me before.
That's a goddamn concussion 6 times.
So
Stroke.
sorry.
Right.
I don't know. Step your game up, guys. They're out here trying hard.
Nah, fuck that. Take this
They
one.
are, see when the man feels like he doesn't deserve you, he works harder. Y'all, you black
That's a
men
bar.
Or
feeling
they ain't got nowhere to stay.
bar.
y'all be
Yeah.
feeling
Bar.
y'all be
bar.
feeling like y'all entitled to shit and y'all don't want to try. Fuck out of here.
Or they ain't got nowhere to stay.
No. He had a place to stay. They had several places to stay.
Damn.
One was in
She was in
Mexico.
Yeah, summer house
family
in
house?
Mexico.
Went to Mexico. Great time.
Did you feel fetishized at all?
No, not at all.
They ask you about the black experience.
No.
Did they actually touch your
Are
hair?
they piggers then?
No, they don't ask to touch my hair because they're not ignorant.
They piggers then.
You can find people that are not ignorant and they're
I want,
willing-
like-
I don't know.
I want like
can.
if I go outside my race, they got to be like so far removed. So they
like
want
a
to
white,
know,
white? Like a white.
You want like Iowa white.
No
I don't,
piggers,
I don't
no
want, I don't
miggers.
want somebody who acts black though. My
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend was literally like the whitest person. He wasn't Chet Hanks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't fucking, he wasn't cooning to me. Like he was
Yeah.
just like just a normal ass white dude, which is what I liked about him because he wasn't trying to be something else. You know,
See, that's what I want.
be regular.
So no,
Ask me
no
about the
Robin
black
Thicke for you.
experience.
Me and his mom Wendy are still friends.
No Trinidadians?
No Robin Thicke?
No Trinidadians. I find Caribbean men to be. Have you seen Jamaican men?
I heard they can be a little aggressive.
And they have that's so close to that African thing too because of how slavery ended up. So like I don't want to fuck around with no Nigerian either. Like y'all be tripping.
Scamming.
No, y'all be too damn no.
So no-
I don't want to be stressed out.
So no-
I want to be oppressed outside and then I want you to feel bad for me when I get home. I don't want to be fighting to see who's the most oppressed. Being a black woman is hard, but yeah, being a black man, shut up.
So no vaginal circumcision
Shut up.
for you.
No what?
No vaginal circumcision for you?
No, you're not doing that. No.
The fuck is that?
Clitoral circumcisions? What are you talking about?
Well, the vaginal circumcision is they do over there. Oh yeah, I'm the only one know about it. Fucking
said
never mind.
exorcism?
In certain places, right? They do
Yeah.
that. They do
Yeah.
clitoral like things, but I think that's
Circumcision.
Fuck is
women.
that?
certain
That's what
African.
circumcision is, don't you?
I know what I'm saying.
You're not.
I'm looking at
You taking the hood off?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, they taking off the mini peen?
I think that's some kind of like that's a
No, you know
certain-
some women be having the little
That's
penis.
mutilation.
Yeah, it's mutilation. Yeah.
That
Be
is
having
a-
the little ding.
Now
That is a man.
the thing
Some of them need it.
the thing get bigger when she gets more aroused. By the way.
Nah, some of them motherfuckers turn into dicks. Sierra, when did you get here?
What is he to you? He's a man.
He's a man, Buddha. Oh man.
What is that from? See?
South Central. When there's
So what is that from?
Oh, the
we
movie.
all know Bobby here's a man, Buddha. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've only seen the movie one time.
with OG Bobby Johnson.
What?
Oh, right, where he
Yeah,
was
Hoover
playing,
Deuce.
Deuce. Okay, yes.
Hey, hockey ball.
That just made me
Monkey
so
ball.
sad.
Yes.
The
It
fact that
hurts
you
when
don't-
I slam. Yes.
The fact that you didn't connect to that moment.
It took me a minute.
That broke my heart. That
took
broke
me
my
a
heart.
minute.
Yeah, no.
I only like certain parts of the movie. I don't know all of the parts.
OG, fuck.
Oh God.
Worst fade in history.
They got your son out there.
Got your son out there still in custody.
Oh yeah.
That man's a junkie, Bobby.
Watching you not connect to this moment
I've
hurts so
seen the
bad. I'm sitting here watching you.
movie.
It hurts.
I just don't know all the parts.
It hurts me.
I know they shot the little boy in his back when he was stealing stuff. I know the movie.
Okay,
I
okay,
know
okay,
OG Bobby
okay.
John. I just don't know that part. Whew. I know 15 box.
Hey, you okay?
Boxes of smoke. You guys say boxes of smoke.
I know some stuff.
All right.
Leave me alone.
That's crazy. That kind of hurt. I ain't gonna lie to
See,
you.
I
It
didn't
felt
grow.
racist a
I
little
didn't grow up watching those movies. I had to watch them at my cousin's house in the Gersons, and we went to Gerson Park, and
See?
we would watch.
Okay.
We would watch movies over there. I'm like,
Yeah.
these are.
Way to
Yeah,
redeem
that's a
yourself.
black ex-
Yeah,
that's
there you go. Way to redeem
That's a
yourself.
true black experience.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, I've been around it. I just was like,
I
this
don't
is
think
bad.
I've ever heard a black person put a park after Gerson.
Yeah, that's what they were, right?
Yeah, Gerson Park.
GPK.
I don't think I've ever.
Yeah.
Gerson Park, Kingsman.
All right, get the people to run down on where they can find you at. Jesus.
Oh gosh, online apparently that's the only place that people are. Shanna Christmas on everything. SHANNA Christmas. But stay tuned, guys. 'Cause my special's coming out, and I'll be putting out your fucking content.
You got a tentative date?
No, not yet.
Still working on it?
It's being edited. So once that's done, I have to approve the edits and then pay him the rest of that goddamn money.
Monday?
Send me some money.
Twitter, Instagram, Young Al Bundy, YUNG_Al_Bundy. You can also catch me at Echelon on February 8th because I'll be turning the fuck up.
Ooh, Poppy.
I am S to the O, Instagram and Twitter.
Shayna_Candy everywhere.
So what can I mix with Don Julio, man?
Pineapple juice or soda.
Mix.
Sprite.
Ginger ale.
Drink that shit straight.
No.
Hell no.
You don't do shots of Don Julio by itself?
Absolutely.
You do
not.
shots of Hennessy though, so that's your problem.
Yeah.
Don Julio's gross.
Your problem is
How you say Don Julio gross, but you drink Hennessy?
Don Julio is kind of gross.
Don Julio's nasty.
It's not worse than Patron.
You can find the podcast pages on Twitter at Views from the 7, Instagram Views from the _7, TikTok Views from the _7,
Yeah.
Facebook Views from the 7, YouTube Views 7 Network. February 8th, man. Oh, you can find me at Just Call Me Spence on Twitter. I'm gonna get a bit more.
See, he got too many names. You
I'ma
got
get
too
back.
many platforms, too many names.
I'm gonna get back active, man. I've been.
I'm Shanna Christmas on all of it.
Well, sometimes you gotta put the underscore.
No, you don't. Ain't no other Shanna Christmas out here. I'm the only one.
All right, y'all. We up out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.